We are live. We welcome you.
Tonight's aerial coverage is provided by the Manatee County Fair, the place to see and be seen January 16th through the 26th, 2020. TigerVision is made possible in part by the Conley Buick GMC, where we treat you like family. Impact Staff Leasing. Garrett Richard. Port Manatee. Boyd Insurance. DeVito's Auto Repair. The Manatee County Fair. Drug-Free Manatee. Richardson Stinton Roofing. Superior Asphalt. Slot Machine Charters, Captain Griffin Deans. And Ace of Power.
We are live. We welcome you on this windy night here at Largo High School, home of the Largo Packers. Largo High is located just a few blocks east of some of the top-rated, prettiest, beautiful white sand beaches in the United States here on Florida's west coast in Largo, Florida. We welcome back the number one fans in the world. Our TigerVision is presented by Conley Buick GMC fans. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brian Barnador, and I'm joined tonight by my broadcast partners, Mr. Rick Wells, Tom Porter, and Troy Bellamy out there on the sideline tonight. We should have a great game for you tonight as the visiting Palmetto Tigers and their up-tempo offense will face a defensive-minded team that features huge players out there and two linebackers that have several D1 offers. Tonight's game should be very interesting as Palmetto averages just under 37 points per game, while Largo only allows 12 points per game. The Palmetto Tigers are 4-0, and the Largo Packers come in tonight's contest with a 3-win and 1-loss record. With that, I'm going to turn it over to my broadcast partner, Mr. Rick Wells, for his thoughts. Rick?
Hey, well, thank you, Brian. Welcome, Tiger fans. Nice to be back here on a very beautiful and breezy night here in Largo, Florida. Tonight, this game is going to be about defenses. This defense from Largo, the Packers, is extremely aggressive. They are fast. Like you said, Brian, they have at least 3 D1 prospects on that side of the ball, two outstanding linebackers that will fill the gap quickly. So we're going to really be tested tonight with the running game. Hopefully Zay Williams is going to be able to throw the ball around and give that running game a little bit of breathing room if needed. The defense should have a great game. The Tiger defense should be able to control the offensive line of the Packers, and hopefully we will be just as aggressive as we have been the last 4 games.
Now we're going to rise and stand for the national anthem.
So, guys, once again, we're going to be talking a lot of defense tonight, and the only issues that I have seen the last couple of weeks from the Tiger defense has been runs right up the gut, Tom. I mean, they've had a couple of weaknesses off and on, but running up the middle has been an issue at times, and the only problem that we've had is just the linebackers not filling the gap. That's one thing that this Packer defense does very well. So I'm going to pass it off to Tom Porter, our guest tonight, who's going to be up here with the big boys. And Tom, give us your thoughts.
Well, my first thoughts are, I'm a fish out of water at this point, coming up here with these professional guys. I'm just a lowly sideline reporter, getting some information. So excited to be up here. But Rick, you said it, it's going to be a defensive battle. Everybody knows it. I think the biggest thing that Palmetto has to worry about struggling with is finding their identity. We've been doing this for 4 weeks now. This is the fifth game we're going to play, and we're still not sure what this team is really about. The coaches are not happy with the inconsistency. I know practice has been tough this week. We've heard that the defensive side of the ball did phenomenal in practice, so we're looking forward to the stability of that defense and then seeing if this offense under senior Xavier Williams can really get rolling and put the points on the board. Now, you said we're averaging 37, 38 points, which it's great, but I think if as a real Tiger fan you're watching the games, there's so many missed opportunities, and we really need to cut down on that.
Yeah, Tom, and look at this Palmetto Tiger offense. When it starts to click in the third quarter last week, it was first down after first down after first down after first down. I looked at a game last night, or Thursday night. Houston was playing against Tulane there, and they run a very similar system. It's the Hal Mummy type fast break offense. One thing I look at tonight as we approach the game is the depth out there. You look at the rosters and the rotation that Palmetto employs out there, guys. I see that being a huge advantage for the Tigers as we go into the third and fourth quarter of this game. The numbers just aren't this is a very talented Largo team, but the numbers as far as the bodies out there just don't match up with the Tigers.
Yeah, I think, Brian, this is a 6A team. They are not in our division, but they are 6A North. They have been in the big game before. They have won their district the last 3 years in a row. So they know how to play football, and they know how to stick to the things that they do best, and that's defense. They want the offense just to control the ball, not make mistakes, and really allow the defense to win the game for them. And they've got the athletes to do that. I believe that we can break through tonight. I really do. I think, like Tom stated, the offense had a great week of practice as well. Coach Cucci was very, very excited about the practice of the defense. So, hey, it's going to be the battle of the wills.
And looking at it, Tom, one thing that we talk about, week after week is balance. Last week, the Palmetto Tigers had 230 yards in offensive statistics rushing the ball and 230 yards passing, so 230 and 230. Once again, that balance that we've become accustomed to showed up again last week, and we're probably tonight a windier tonight. The balance may shift a little bit toward running. What do you think, Tom?
Oh, obviously, I wasn't aware of that stat. That's pretty amazing that it was that even. And again, like I said, there's so many opportunities. We're scoring. we're having 500 yards in offense on a team that we're still looking for something to happen. So. Balance is important. You run to set up the pass, or you pass to set up the run. Football is very situational, and if you're not successful in one area, they're going to key on the other one and shut you down, obviously. Yeah,
last week at the end of the first half against our opponent, the Port Charlotte, Coach Ty was not happy.
No.
He was not happy with the play of the offense. He called it sloppy. He knows that points were left on the field. So they have practiced very hard to try to eliminate those mistakes. And, really, we've got dynamic playmakers on offense. And just like Tom has stated already, we're not finding them as often as we should. And the offensive line has played incredible the last two games. They have given Zay time to throw the ball. They have opened up the running holes for the tailback. So I think tonight will be just an entire package, hopefully. And we know that Zay can throw the ball. He can throw it with finesse, and he can throw it down the field 40 yards. So we'll see what happens as this game is about to get started.
And, Tom, we're going to have you take through the coin toss, but we've got Captain Matthews out there with Lloyd Dozier Jr. and Ellison Bradley out there, and Curtis Thomas out there as the captains on the game.
Very fitting, obviously. Those guys have all been very important for us this year. They are the go-to guys. Obviously, Matthews on the offensive line, Dozier on the defensive line. That's where it all starts. You know, in football, if you can't dominate the line, you're going to have a long night. And those two guys have done a good job leading both of their units respectively. Dozier, you talked about the substitutions. We substitute defensive linemen almost like a college team does. I mean, there's almost 2 kids coming and 2 kids coming out almost every play, or at least every other play. That's tough to do. It's tough for the kids to stay in focus where they're supposed to be. It's a testament to these defensive coaches and what they've done.
Yeah, I'll tell you what the difference is about that is they know that's going to happen. They know that there's going to be a lot of movement on defense. They practice that throughout the week. And you're right, Tom. Sometimes when you're in a rhythm as a defensive player, the last thing you want to do is get yanked out of the game. You want to continue to play and play hard. But last week, they did a little bit more than they usually do because they were trying to put a 5-man front in front of that wing T offense. And even with that 5-man front, at times we struggled up the gut. So there's really no telling what you will see from Coach Cucci tonight. He plays defense to what's going on in front of him offensively. So he moves those players around if he sees that they're going to throw the ball more than what he's expecting. If they're going to run the ball, he'll throw another D lineman in there. So the kids know that, and they've come to expect it.
Yeah, interesting. Palmetto will receive, according to what I was able to see, pick up there, and they're going to be kicking in. Palmetto will come in with the offense into a pretty heavy wind here on the field. The Tiger defense, at the coaches show Tuesday night, we were talking about, like you said, Rick, Coach Marino says really there's 18 starters out there, and that's just because of the rotation. And then here come the Tigers. They're wearing those beautiful white Nike uniforms, big numbers on there. And tonight we will apologize to the fans here at Largo. As it gets darker here, we're set up in the visitors section here, and as the nightfall comes here, it's going to be hard for us to see roster numbers. Hopefully, we do have the pin light up here. Hopefully we'll be able to see as the game progresses. But, Tom, the energy, you're usually down there on that sideline. What's the feel down there on the sideline right now?
Well, just by looking at the guys here, anytime we're at an away game, we're not familiar with this team. This isn't a team we generally play. It's a little uncertainty. Different atmosphere. The kids come in. They don't know the other kids. There's that feeling of uncertainty. They're looking to the coaches to get some direction because they're a little uncomfortable. And I think that's every time you're in a situation you're not used to, you're going to look to that leadership to kind of get you where you need to be. I don't see anybody jacked up or excited at this point. I think it's like a very business mentality, and they're trying to see what the first action's going to be. It looks like we're receiving the ball, so we'll start off with the ball in the second half, or the first half.
So I like the fact that we're going to have the ball first. We've talked about it up here before every game that we want to score, and we want to score fast, Brian. I really think that if we can put a few touchdowns on the board, we can break the spirit of this Packer defense. They're not used to being scored upon a lot. They've had some low-scoring games. The defense is outstanding. So if we can get the playmakers involved early, maybe we can break that spirit a little bit.
Now the kicker comes out here. I thought this may be a good return game for LeJontay Wester, but he has a really strong wind at his back here, and he may be able to get this one into the end zone. One thing I've seen, he didn't quite reach the end zone, and what we have with LeJontay Wester back there. He's just a dynamic player.
He really is, and Jonte is probably the only player in Tiger history that's had more kickoffs and punt returns called back for because of a penalty than anyone we've ever seen before. He's just been very unlucky, but he's dynamic.
I think he's due, boys.
So get a kick out of good service with our friends at DeVito's Auto, located in Ellington. We are ready to roll here. Kicker approaches the ball. And it is a short kick, and it's going to be Jonte Wester there. Fields the ball at the 6-yard line, to the middle of the field. Good coverage there, and he's tackled about the 17-yard line.
So as the offense comes out, we just need to at least control the ball and move the ball a little bit, even if we don't score. So the kicking game for the first quarter is going to be a little difficult against that strong wind that seems to be coming out of the north now. But as we look for Brian's glasses, we will try to.
Well, I can tell you, I can tell by the formations. I got all the Palmetto players, and I'll help you guys. Will help me with the spot here. But Zay Williams is back there in the shotgun, and he really a bunch formation for the Tigers. And there's LaJonte Wester in motion trying to get that edge, and he goes for a gain of about 7 on the play.
Yeah, that's a good little pickup on first down. Go ahead and try to use that speed. We may have to run more on the edges tonight because those linebackers fill the hole quickly for anything coming up that A-gap.
High snap, and that one is going to be fielded and taken up there by Xavier Williams. Gain of about 1 on the play, so that's going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
Obviously the coaches are thinking the same thing we are about the run. They've got a 4-man front up there. They're bringing the linebackers up to stop that run. They know that's what the plan's going to be with this wind whipping like it is.
3rd and 3 here for the Palmetto Tigers. Interesting. One of the plays that the Tigers like to run is the tunnel screen, which brings you right into the center. But you've got 2 very dynamic linebackers out there, so you might see more bubble screen action tonight. LaJonte Wester is out here, and about a 10-yard cushion over here. Zay Williams takes it. He flips it out there to
nice
Williams,
play.
the tight end, and he's going down the sideline. Run, big fella. He's at the 30. He's at the 20, and all the way down to the 3-yard line.
What a great play there by Kavion Williams, and Zay was able to get the ball to him quickly. And Kavion's one of those special talents that plays DN all night and comes in here for some packages as tight end as well.
Sajel Hickson is now in the backfield. Palmetto Tigers offense moving very fast. The officials are holding them up. The ball is now spotted live for play. LaJonte Wester. Let's see if that safety comes over there. Look for the slant to LaJonte, but it's Sajel Hickson up the middle of the field. Lots of push there, and he is
really
in for 6.
What an outstanding first drive for the Tigers tonight. Wasn't really expecting that, gentlemen, but I'll definitely take it.
I'll tell you what, we watch other teams like Braden River utilize their tight ends so well. And I believe you talked about it last week, Brian. When number 11 can get the ball, he's very athletic. He moves. Obviously on the replay here, if he can get one more block, that's a touchdown. But that's a big boy to be running that far.
I tell you what, when you're 6'3" and 245 pounds and you can catch the ball and hit the sideline like that, what a bonus out of the tight end position. Now Rafael Gonzalez awaits. And the kick is up, and it is good. So your Palmetto Tigers lead this one 7-0 with 10:36 on the clock.
Really can't say much about, that's a great drive. We always talk about scoring first, scoring quickly, scoring often. They came out there, and they really didn't care at all how many D1 players that team had on defense.
And not only scoring, we score a lot of field goals in the first quarter. We get a good drive, and we end up with 3 points on the board, which is great. But it's very refreshing to drive down your first offensive drive and put 7 on the board.
All right, the Palmetto Tigers are going to kick this one off, and this one should be interesting. It's hard to tell. The wind is blowing which direction with the flag over there, Rick.
Kind of blowing from
across
east to west now, right?
Yeah, so it's but Gonzalez will kick this one. He's shown a great leg, and one of the things that you have some great returners back here. And in the secondary that are waiting the kick back there. Gonzalez approaches the ball, get a kick out of good service with our friends at DeVito's Auto. The ball does fall over. Now back there receiving
we're trying to get some numbers. One of those may be number 3, Jalen McCluster. Can't hardly tell.
Yeah, McCluster, he has that relative that played up at Ole Miss years ago and had a big game against Tennessee. Got to be related from the same high school. Now Gonzalez kicks it. It's a high kick. It's going to be fielded at the 2-yard line. He's got it run right up the seam, and he's got a lot of speed up there. But there is Jaquez Hughes with another tackle.
That was 24, Eric Triplett, wide receiver.
Yeah, so you had number 15, Tyler Wells on the tackle. You got number 22, Jaquez Hughes. A good job containing. We know they have a lot of speed. Just got to get up there and make it happen.
Now coming to the line of scrimmage, it's going to be interesting. You know, we saw a transfer here, Brandon Capella, Pinellas Park. Last year he was against those Tigers, and I think he's out there. They're about to break the huddle, and yes, indeed, that is Brandon Capella back there in the backfield. Palmetto Tigers are out here, and looks like a four-man front starting this game off. 1st and 10. Largo, jet sweep, high snap, ball's on the ground, and Palmetto Tigers looks like they have it. Let's see, they're sorting it out, and it's going to be second down. Looked like Matty Wyatt had a pretty good shot at that one. But
I think Matty got in there, and it squirted out of his hands, and then Tyler Wells tried to scoop it up, and the quarterback jumped in there right in the nick of time. You see everybody going after the ball there.
Yeah, so that was a loss of about 1 yard on the play. 2nd and 11 here for Largo. Come out with 2 receivers on the right, 1 single receiver out here on the left. Capola looks over the field. And there's a handoff to middle field. Great play by the defense. Goes for about a 2-yard gain.
That's a real good job right there by the defense, clogging that middle up. So you're already seeing an improvement from last week. A few big up-the-middle runs against Port Charlotte. So a very good play to bring it to 3rd down and about 6. What do you say, Brian?
No, it's about 10 yards.
About 10.
Yeah, so, you know, Capola, what we've seen out of him, he's a fine thrower last year, but this is really behind the chains here for Largo. Wind has picked up here quite a bit here. 9:34 on the clock. Capola looks the field over. Tigers got to remain disciplined along the D line. Boy, they're coming, though. And they roll it up, and he looks for it out here. Nothing and he rolls out to the right, throws it out there late, and there is going to be a flag, and that's going to be the lineman downfield on that. So that's going to be a punting situation for Largo. That's what the call appeared to be for me.
Yeah, good job by Tyler Wells getting off that block and putting some pressure on the quarterback as he's trying to roll and look for somebody to throw to. And the defense is going to come out of here looking pretty good here.
So the Palmetto Tigers decline this one. Now this should be interesting. You got LaJonte Wester back there to receive the kick. Jordan Renault runs off the field late. Looks like we've got 11 out there. Palmetto Tigers are ready. 9:18 on the clock. There's a nice snap. Kick is out of there, and that's going to roll. Really nice looking kick there, and it's going to roll dead about the 25-yard line. Good position here for the Palmetto Tigers.
Yeah, so a good drive by the offense to start the game, a good hold by the defense to get the Packers off the field and get the offense back out here and see if we can, get another quick score here. I'm telling you, it's really tonight. It's about the offense breaking the will of this extremely talented defense, and hopefully we can, kind of put them to sleep and break their hearts all in one time.
I'll tell you what, that was an interesting play that they lined up for offense. Misdirection, running to the right, turned around like he was going to throw it back behind him. And the defense was phenomenal on that. He had nowhere to go. Everybody stayed where they were supposed to stay, and that's great coaching. But, man, it just makes you wonder, what was that play going to be?
Well, that's going to be your fake the bubble screen out wide, and a lot of times you can get a little quarterback keeper, but that was exactly what happened. You fake the bubble out that way, try to pull the secondary over, but discipline. Now there is a false start on the Palmetto Tigers.
That looked kind of ugly from the start there. And this is one thing that Coach Ty, he wants to clean that up. That's really not easy to come back from at times when you start off with a silly penalty, push it back 5 yards against a defense that's, very talented and ready to get you off the field.
That's a Florida State fan. I can relate to that, by the way.
Yeah. One thing about this secondary, they can cover. They are a very talented secondary out there. Bubba Butler to the middle of the field, no gain on the play. So now that brings up a second and about 15.
So, as we look at the offense, we've had already a lot more success throwing the ball and also attacking the edge. Nothing happening right now up the middle, and we kind of expect that. These linebackers are going to fill the gaps. They are extremely aggressive. They don't wait for you to come through the gap. They're there waiting for you.
And in the middle of the line there, they've got a nose tackle there that goes about 345 or more. Big. Now there, Palmetto rolls. Xavier Williams looks, and he throws it out there, and it's incomplete, so that brings up a 3rd and 15.
That looked like a little mix-up with the count as well. I mean, when the ball was snapped, the offensive linemen were
heads were bobbing up there.
I don't know what was going on.
Yeah,
little confusion there on the snap count.
And oddly enough, the first drive was very crisp. There was no procedural errors, and then we start out with 2 in a row here. Obviously, they didn't catch it, but
Curtis Thomas is wide right over here, along with LaJonte Wester and Bubba Butler out here. 3 receivers on this side of the formation. Gathers is out there, single coverage to the left. He looks, steps up. Xavier Williams running away from containment, and he goes down, and that's going to bring up a 4th down in a punting situation for the Tigers.
So I'm sitting over here, guys. I'm looking for the markers, and I can't find them because I forget that we are on the opposite side of the field. we're not in the press box. When you're up in the press box, you can see the markers. I'm like, where are the markers?
Well, that's about how I looked when I walked all the way up to the press box to find you guys, and no one was there. Empty.
Gonzalez is going to kick this one, and they have 2 back there to return this punting situation. And there's a great snap by Brandon Nickel, and now the punt receiver calls a fair catch at the 33-yard line. And hustling down there in coverage was Braden Nickel.
And we expect that from Braden. He is always the first one down there to make a play. And coming from that long snap position, he's just quick.
If all he did was snap, it would be enough. But he covers so well.
Now as they roll that one out there, you see really last week had a huge game by Jaquez Hughes. He's back there in a single high safety look. Palmetto Tigers are lining up in a 4-3 defensive scheme. Probably roll up Bradley or one of the linebackers there if they come out with a heavy pressure set. Now they're coming out with Coppola in the shotgun. Kind of a pistol look back there. He's a little short in the depth back in the he's in the pistol. And he has 2 receivers out here left, 1 single out there wide to the right. And now delay a game.
Okay, because the receiver moved as well. So,
okay.
But it is going to be a delay of game, Brian.
Good catch there, Rick. I thought it was looking for the delay of game. Backs them up 5 yards, so they're having some issues here tonight. Really not that loud of a crowd here tonight.
No, it really isn't. I'm surprised there's not more fans on the Packer side. This is a very good football team and a beautiful night to watch high school football.
7 minutes and 34 on the clock. Out of the pistol, 2 backs back there in the backfield. He has 2, and they fake the option. Coppola keeps it, and there's Floyd Dozier Jr., I believe.
You got
that's Floyd.
You've got Floyd. You've got number 17 in there, Quentin Rue. You got everybody in there, but Floyd is one that makes it happen.
He may be the biggest player I've ever seen wear the number 5. You normally looking for those 60s and 70s. Number 5, he's 300 pounds there.
But he's so big, he spreads that 5 out, though.
Yeah, he had 50 on the jersey before, but there's just not, there's plenty of room on that back. He's a big, big man, 275 pounds. Coppola looking over the field, 2nd and 15. And they hand the jet sweep off there. Really not much going. Good coverage over there. And
trying to get a number. I think it's number 44.
Oh, that's Mikael
Brown. Came up there and made the stop.
Mikael Brown had 17 tackles last week, guys.
There he is right there.
He is extremely active. 3rd and 15. Wind is picking up here. Be difficult to throw the long ball with this. 6 minutes and 27 seconds on the clock. Coppola shifts things around. The receiver's moving a little bit over here wide. No call. He looks, and then good
coverage.
Rush,
good coverage by the
rolls to that sideline again.
Great job, defense.
Great job. Number 17 is that Rue over there.
You got Tyler Wells taking the slot, who lined up wide. You've got number 3 out there, Day Hill, and they were on those receivers, and he had nowhere to throw. And then the D-line did the rest. Good job.
I'll tell you guys, in that first drive, the offense for Largo, the offensive linemen looked very aggressive. They were finishing blocks, very Ethan Ingham-like blocks. They were running down the field blocking people, and I haven't seen any of that on this drive.
Let me tell you, I'll get back to that in just a second.
Yeah, and Rue did well not to light the guy up on the sideline. I was afraid of that as he got close, and he pulled off of that. Could have had one of those big late hit 15-yarders over there. Good job. Now the punter takes it, and he kicks it high, and that's going to be returnable. So Jonte Wester, that thing really died in that wind. I thought it was going to get back there to LaJonte, kind of just died. Now we might have a chance to get in touch with. Troy Bellamy down there on the sideline. Troy, you got your ears on.
Yes, I do. It's a beautiful night here. It's a little blustery, but it looks like the team has a lot of excitement. They don't seem like it right now, but they're very excited. They're very businesslike, and they're really getting guys in and out of the game. Hopefully we can move the ball here after this water break and put some more points on the board. I think that we'll have an opportunity to do that. The defense looks like it's ready to bend and break. So if we just keep moving the ball, keep that balance that we had last week, I think we'll push the ball into the end zone.
Thanks very much, Troy Bellamy. Man, what a great sideline guy, huh?
I tell you what, we've been missing that from TigerVision for a while. I'm just playing, Tom. We love you.
Don't do Tom like that, guys.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all love. Definitely not as good looking as my buddy Troy down there, though.
No, that's right.
No.
He's looking good.
Troy's looking pretty smooth down there on the sideline tonight. Steve Johnson is going to be giving us stats tonight from our Orlando studio. So when those stats come in, Troy usually does the stats for us, but Johnson's going to take over the statistics role. Troy's on the sideline. We're really missing Ken Burton out here in the visitors stand tonight. But now Williams takes this one, fakes the handoff, looks for the long pass down the sideline. Boy, that's great coverage and a great catch, but he's out of bounds.
There was a lot of hand checking going on there.
Yeah, so Curtis Thomas over there, that was, it was very close to being an interference over there on that one. We're on the far away, but you can see that those DBs can run.
You kind of like to let them, the refs let them play a little bit early on, let them figure it out a little bit. I hate all the penalties slowing the game down.
I do too. As long as you're consistent, let's just leave it that way.
That's it, exactly.
Zay Williams looks, and now he checks off, throws a very long pass out there to Curtis Thomas, breaks a tackle, and he goes for about 9 yards on the play.
That was a real good throw by Zay, keeping his eyes downfield, checking, sees Curtis. Nice hard throw over there against some pretty strong wind coming right into his face. You see here on the replay, I mean, he's scoping the field out. And Jonte almost tipped that thing. Good thing he's not much taller.
So there we have encroachment. They actually jumped off sides there, so that's a first down for the Tigers. Looks like they lined up off sides.
So getting back to what you were talking about on the offensive line of the Packers, Tom, I was talking to Coach Cucci, and he made that same statement that on film you will see them first couple of drives just shooting off the ball, and then after that it's like they get tired after one or two drives, and you may not see them even come out and hit the linebacker. Boy,
that was a tough one. That was a 5-yard penalty on the Tigers. I thought, somebody came across the line there, and they moved on the offensive line, but that's a false start on the offense. So instead of being third and incredibly short, it's now 3rd and 6 with 5:29 on the clock. Zay Williams looks. And he looks comfortable back there. Throws that route out there, and that's Bubba Butler doing his thing, middle 40, and he's down at the 26-yard line.
What a dynamic player Bubba Butler is. I mean, we have come to expect it, but he never ceases to amaze. They are all over him. He cuts that thing into the middle of the field and just leaves them hanging. Quick offense here, no huddle.
5:17 on the clock. Zay Williams hands the ball off to Sajal Hickson, spins, pirouette move in the backfield, and another one, and he's still got the red room sideline, and he's going to be tackled at they said he stepped out of bounds at about the 10. Yeah, we'll call 11.
I'm not sure that these defensive players for the Packers have seen anyone quite like Sajal Hickson.
I'll tell you, all these talented receivers we have, I'm excited when I see he catches the ball and there's space, because I know what's going to happen after that. We see it every time. If he can catch the ball and have 3 feet just to make a move, he's going to do it.
Sajal Hickson put him in the spin cycle that last time, and now a nice throw out there to LaJonte Wester. Good block. He's going to score.
Good job. And that's Curtis Thomas on the block. Great job, Curtis Thomas. He opens up that gap for LaJonte.
So with 5 minutes on the clock, kind of a nice feature, a bonus for us tonight, Tom. We're sitting up here. Ty Stolt is literally 7 yards away from us over here on the right, offensive coordinator, really dialing them up here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Curtis Thomas on that block there. Did that early in the game last week as well. Had a nice block. We scored a touchdown early. Those little things you have to have from those dynamic receivers with blocking.
Great snap by Nickel, and the hold is by Williams, and the kick by Rafael Gonzalez is good. So your Palmetto Tigers lead this one 14-0. And Troy Bellamy on the sideline before, you kind of predicted that one was coming.
Guys, Coach Ty has to be happy with the pace of his offense. The ball is being spread around even in this wind that's blowing right to left. And I'm telling you, the guys are faster than I think Largo has seen all season. The speed here, you really can't gauge it until you're down on the field and you see these guys in action. LaJonte, Bubba Butler is incredible. The ball is getting out of Zay's hand, and it's really a clicking offense right now.
You can't stop it. You can only hope to contain it, Brian.
And in the, really just two beautiful series, one stall on one possession. But when this Palmetto Tiger offense is clicking, it's just incredible out there. Now Gonzalez gets ready to approach this one, get a kick out of good service from our friends at DeVito's.
That's a great kick. That's a great kick.
The ball is live, and big hit there.
That's going to be the younger Wester. Jalen Wester.
Wow, the Westers have been very, very good to Palmetto High School, Rick.
He's had some great tackles on special teams this year.
Yes, he has.
Great tackles.
I love him because he is so fired up all the time, and he's just one of those guys with a nose for the football, and especially on special teams, he is going to. If Braden Nickel doesn't make it, he's going to make it.
When you can find guys like that own a special teams position, it changes the entire unit. When they go down and they're proud to be the guy that makes that first tackle, you get the competition going between them, and they're all jumping. You don't see that often on a tackle on a kickoff.
That's right.
Capola awaits this one, 4:56 on the clock. And he hands it off to the middle. He bounces that outside. Good running there. He's at the 26-yard line, and then the Tigers clean that one up. And so a nice gain on the play, and very close to he's got the first down over there.
Yeah, you'll see right here that Kevion Williams gets pushed out of the play and kind of leaves the edge exposed there. And, a good job by Davion Cummings and everybody to get on that tackle quickly. Didn't really see a lot of speed from that back.
No, definitely.
Two receivers set over here on the left side of the formation. Man, look at the speed there.
There's speed there. There's no doubt.
That's McCluster. Man.
Oh, that's a face mask.
Got a face mask, so that's going to be a big play. And, boy, you could see that speed there from Largo's dynamic back.
I'll tell you on that first play, what stood out to me is, obviously we didn't keep contained there. The guy was able to get out the outside there. But Raekwon Crawford, number 7, beat off a block and then made a very textbook tackle in a situation where you cannot miss that tackle. It's a touchdown if he doesn't get it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Davion Cummings was able to come over there and help him get that guy down. But I tell you, you're right. But the one thing that we have to preach all the time, especially with those DNs, you got to contain. You can't be rushing the quarterback every play when we're running the ball 90% of the time.
Number 25 is in the backfield back there with Coppola. Now, who's number 25, Tom? Can you give me a name on that?
25 is Andre Bell.
Andre Bell, he's got it. And number
There's
11, Kevion Williams with the tackle.
Williams. He made up for that.
So the clock's winding down here, 35 seconds on the clock. So this is a running play. This will be the last. We'll go to the end of the quarter and then into a commercial break here on TigerVision as presented by Conley Buick GMC. 32 on the clock. It is now 2nd and 12. Palmetto Tigers bringing them, and they got him there. And it's a loss of about 1 on the play.
Yeah, so you have Elson Bradley. He comes around and pushes the quarterback right up to the D-line. That was a nice little Christmas present. We got one player on the ground. I can't tell who that is. That's going to be – is that
Rue? That's Rue.
Yep. Yeah. He's coming off. He's a little gimpy, but he's going to be okay, looks like.
You think you'd see them throw the ball a little more. We were able to do it successfully. The wind is whipping up here, but obviously it's not down on the field level that bad.
They will throw the ball. They're just not a passing team. They want to feed that run and then use the pass when they have to. But they definitely have a talented quarterback.
And a great running back. And so they're back here, 3rd and 12. Capola looks. Boy, that might have been a hold over there.
That's a hold
right
there.
Tackled.
Wow.
And they throw it out there late. Great coverage over there by Day Hill.
Yeah, I think there was 2 holds on that play right in front of the referee. He didn't see it. And I tell you, this really comes back to what Coach Cucci was talking about earlier, is that he doesn't feel that this offensive line can contain the Tiger defense. He thinks that we can get through there all day. And as you can tell here, we got holes right there. That was almost a WWE takedown.
And then big Quentin Zanders in the middle of the field eventually shut that one down. So it's tough sledding here tonight for Largo. Punter waits, and he kicks a high kick, and this one is going to be fielded by Jonte Wester. He's looking for the edge. He gets that block out there. He's still going. He's at the 40. He's at the 50. He's at the 45.
He's going to go all the way.
Goodbye, LaJonte Wester.
No flags. No flags on the field.
There you go, LaJonte.
There you go, finally.
There you go, LaJonte.
Ooh, I tell you what. Once he gets behind you, he is
Tom,
leaving.
They haven't seen that speed either.
No,
baby.
absolutely not. I got goosebumps, boys.
Man, I never get tired of looking at that right there. I never get tired of seeing that.
I tell you what, LaJonte Wester, not only does he block and run hard, but, from the day he arrived here at Palmetto High School, he is blessed with supreme speed.
Absolutely.
As soon as I saw him break the edge and containment, I'm looking back for a flag.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I did. We've had so many called back.
Braden Nickel with a snap, and it's blocked. And so that's going to be it here in high school. So your Palmetto Tigers lead this one 20-0. The board over there says 14-0, but I'm sure I can count. It's 20-0.
There you go, 20-0.
There it is.
I tell you, I was just about to say something about the special teams being a big part of this. Obviously, we get a kickoff return, but the punter, he's got an awkward catch step. He kind of bounces.
He's very methodical.
Yeah, and
too much.
And it's too deliberate. And one of our guys is going to get around that corner. If we end up putting the block on, I think we're going to have a good shot at that tonight.
I was thinking the same thing, Tom. It's just a matter of time. A lot of times they'll put Day on the edge for that reason, and I think I'd be very surprised if Day doesn't get a block punt tonight.
Yep.
So the clock, it is, they've got a clock here that's one of those ancient clocks here, but I guess that's two.
I don't know if it's as ancient as Port Charlotte.
No.
This one works.
Yeah, 2 minutes and 9 seconds, right, guys? I was counting it down thinking there was only 30 seconds in the quarter a while ago. So
it is busy. It's very busy.
So
there's no dots.
So it is 2:09. I apologize to the guys in the truck out there. Now Gonzalez gets a nice high kick there. It's going to be fielded right at the goal line, and he is off. And great play by Braden Nickel.
Braden Nichols has got family in Alabama watching him right now. I believe it's the Beasley family, but his relatives are watching, and I want y'all to know, watch your baby boy. They got to show the whole thing, but great play by the one that does it all the time, Braden Nickel.
Yeah, and Beasley was a punter for us back there when during my high school years, and a friend of mine. And I hope that's
Here we go,
the
family.
Beasley group.
Right
Look at
there.
this.
Look at him.
Woo!
He does it every Friday night.
I got to tell you, we got all these speedsters, and you think like a MVP for special teams, it's got to be Braden Nickel. It's got to be.
And so, that he is a D1 long snapper. And I hate to see him out there making tackles, guys, because your long snapper is so important, but he's a good one. He's a good linebacker also. Now he goes to the middle field, bounces off 2 tackles, and he's got a first down on that one.
So once again, that's up to those linebackers. They got to come up quicker, and that's where we get exposed whenever they start running the ball on us, any team. It's right up the middle. We've talked about it, several times. Those linebackers got to come up.
So just crossed the first down marker, so it's another 1st and 10. Ball is at the 26-yard line for Capola as he awaits this one in the pistol. He's got a back coming, fakes the jet sweep. Big play.
Oh, that's going to be
Jalen Wester.
Look at
Jalen.
the Westers are having a show tonight.
Woo! It's a family affair here tonight in Largo. Goodness. What a play by Jalen Wester.
I hope they got some more coming.
I sure hope so. You keep the
Wester
Westers.
boys out there?
Yeah.
You keep those Wyatt guys coming, the Wester guys. Family's been very good here to Palmetto.
All we need now is an interception.
2nd 11. I like the way you're thinking there. Pass. Now he was held over there. Was Bradley.
He's done.
Now he looks over to the right, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds there. Good discipline again by the Tigers. Great coverage in the back of the secondary by Quez and the others.
Yeah, and I gotta really credit the entire defensive coaches for that, because I mean, what these backs, these corners, these safeties, they practice that. I mean, they know disciplined football is going to win games defensively. You can't get out of position, and you know it's easy for a quarterback to roll to one side and you try to go with him, but they don't do that. And because of that, he had nowhere to throw once again.
This time they put Bell out here in the slot. Capolo waits this one. It's a 3rd and forever, so you got about a 3rd and let's call it 16 yards for the Packers. Stoppage of play here.
I tell you what else.
It's going to be a timeout over there by Largo?
Yes, it is. I tell you what else they've seen. If you watch enough film, the last thing you want to do is throw anywhere near Day Hill. You want to make sure that he is not anywhere around your receiver. After those 3 interceptions in 1 quarter 2 weeks ago, we haven't seen many balls thrown his way, Tom.
Yeah, it's easy when the wind is whipping like this for the ball to sail, and we all know Day can jump out of the stadium. So if they get these balls up in the air and you know, they're obviously down 20-0, they've got to change something they're doing. They might not be a running team, but I mean, they may be a running team, but they're going to have to change something to get back in this game. And
yeah,
if they get sloppy, boy, it could really get ugly.
Yeah, and I really think that just feeds right into our hands defensively, because that offensive line cannot block the front D for the Tigers, and right now they could probably fake some type of a quick pass and run it, because they're gonna be so aggressive up front that they're going to.
You open it up for like a quarterback draw or
anything,
something.
exactly.
Absolutely.
So now there's 53 seconds left on the clock here. Capolo views things and looks. He rolls to his left, throws back across the field. Good position there.
I almost thought that was a penalty, because he got big number 75 out there for the Packers. He was a few yards up the field blocking one of our corners.
If he didn't get a piece of Ellison Bradley, that might have been a pick six.
I think you're right.
Yeah, Ellison Bradley. You know, I guess the call on that was the ball was thrown behind the line of scrimmage. You know, or at least that's why he didn't get the call on that. I think it was a little bit past the line of scrimmage, but no call. And look out, the ever dangerous LaJonte Wester is back there to field this one with 46 seconds here remaining in this first quarter.
I wouldn't kick it anywhere near him.
No. And high kick.
Looks like we played that one for a fake. You know what I mean? They played the solid defense to make sure there wasn't a fake coming there.
And there's nothing wrong with that, because when you start to get desperate, they have the Packers have never been down 20-0 in the first quarter.
Wounded animal thing, you know what I mean?
Right.
You get down so far, you got to do something. So
you got to try to gnaw your way back, and hoping we will be off guard. We're not going to get caught off guard. That's happened to us too many times against Manatee.
Yeah,
we've learned.
I'm very impressed with the defense. Like you said, a couple of times on the sideline, not a hit, just maybe a push to get them out of bounds. We've made those penalties this year already several times, and it's good to see the kids mature and be able to hold up and just get them out of bounds.
Xavier Williams hands this one off to Butler, and he runs along on,
he picked up 3 yards on his fingertips.
On his hand. You know, he got a
shoestring tackle, buddy. Wow.
Oh, man, what a run. 2nd and 7. Pretty much everything is open for this offense on this play. Really ahead of the chains. Only 10 seconds on the clock here for the quarter. Williams takes it option left, and that's Sajel Hickson, and he's looking for the edge, cuts it up, and finds the first down, and he's tackled late on the sideline.
Yeah, hey, if these refs are going to call it that way, hey, I'm okay with that, but they are really – they're not calling much. I want to say this about Sagel. A lot of things that we miss.
Hey guys, Chris Conley here from Conley Buick GMC. We're excited to be back for another season of Palmetto football and TigerVision. Good luck this year and go Tigers!
5, touchdown!
Every day, 192 people in the U.S. die from drug overdose, but they don't have to. In Florida, if you're trying to save the life of another person, you're protected from prosecution by the Good Samaritan Act.
You just saved her life.
Xavier Williams awaits the snap, and he fakes it and throws it. Wow, nice catch out there, and that goes for about a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, a nice throw by Zay as well. What I was going to say before the commercial break is that one thing that we don't talk about enough with the Sagel is how he makes people miss, Tom. I mean, we know he's going to put his head down and bail over you, but he makes people miss.
Really nice pickup, little 4 yards on the play. And that's one of those, if you get the ball in the middle of the field behind those stout linebackers, great things can happen. This time they throw it. There it is, and that's going to be Gathers out there, first down.
You're right on that, Ricky. Sagel Hickson always makes the first guy miss. I mean, hardly ever do you see him go down on first contact, and oftentimes 2 and 3 people miss at a time. Gathers, 81 out there catching the ball. We've seen him drop a few important passes. Great to see him pick one up there.
2 receivers on both sides of the formation for Xavier Williams. Palmetto Tiger offense looking very comfortable here, changing things up at the line of scrimmage. Single high safety coverage there, 4-3 look for Largo. Sagel Hickson knifes his way forward for about a 4-yard gain.
And you can just hear the helmet smash. I mean, he is going to put a lick on you if you try to get anywhere close to his shoulder pads. I mean, he's just a bull. And he just keeps better and better throughout the game.
3 receivers out here, middle with Bubba. There it is, and he's got him, and he shakes the tackle, still going, and he's all the way down there. You could see that play develop. Great play call by Ty Stoll up here.
And great respect for his ability. If you watch the replay here, as he hits him, the linebacker's right next to him and just kind of stops. Doesn't know what to do. He knows he's going to make a move, and he's just going to stand there and wait for it.
Got it.
You know it's coming, but you don't know where it's going to be. And this time, that is Xavier Williams. Ball is out.
Gaither's on it. Gaither's got the ball.
And let's see. Thought his knee might have been down. We'll get a look on that on the replay.
But I don't see them.
But Gaither's hustled back.
Yeah, good job by Zorian because they did not call his knee down.
Let's check this out. Now, Zay Williams is rolling to his left. They looked like he was expecting a reverse, but his knee was down.
He was.
So now Palmetto Tigers knocking on the door in the Ace of Power red zone. Still going forward, very close. He's going to be just short of the touchdown, so that'll bring up an interesting call here. Brings up a 3rd and about 1.
It's going to be very hard to run the ball right up the middle against this very talented defense for Largo just because of those linebackers, those D1 prospect linebackers. If there's anything that they do well, it's that. They will fill the gap, and they're not afraid to get their head in there. And Zay just got a piece of that.
That number 1, Alvin Mathis, I've been watching him. He's very aggressive and nasty, and I mean that in a positive way.
Right.
He is running around. He's making tackles with an attitude. And
good play. Good surge.
That's a touchdown.
In for the touchdown, Zay Williams.
We spoke about this. I mean, we're going to, hopefully go up here 27-0 early in the second quarter, and this Largo team has not experienced this yet. Just like with Pinellas Park. last year with this same quarterback. They're 12-0, counting the spring game. We come in there and just demoralize them, and they fall apart, Brian. They fell apart.
Good snap by Nickel. The hold there by Williams. The kick is mashed there by Gonzalez. Get a kick out of good service.
I'll tell you what's interesting is this is the same team that beat Braden River 7-2, I believe, in the first game of the season. Braden River losing tonight 17-0. Obviously, that's a big rival for us. But, you know, defensively, they were able to shut Braden River down. Braden River has made some adjustments, obviously, but that's what I love about high school football. You never know what you're going to get till you get that matchup.
You're right, Tom, and I try not to look too much into who beat who and all that, but you know, you come into this game knowing that this Packer team is very talented, knowing what they did and did not do against Braden River. I'll have to say I wasn't really expecting this offensively in the first half.
No, definitely not. I mean, we've been consistent. We haven't been consistent. We've been high-powered at times and look kind of silly at times, and I haven't seen any of that so far. So 27-0, a great start for this game.
So get a kick out of good service from our friends at DeVito's Auto. And this one is going to be Rafael Gonzalez approaches the ball. And it's a very high kick and it's short. And he's going to field it right there. And they try a reverse back there to McClusty.
We're going to have a penalty.
Gavin makes the tackle.
Oh, that's going. Braden Nickel is down. I think he got a cheap shot.
Shot away from the ball.
Yes, he did. And the referees did call that. But just what you were talking about, Tom, about, you know, this D1 prospect long snapper that can go just about anywhere he wants. You know, don't want to get him hurt. But let me tell you something. Braden is such a competitor. He wants to play linebacker. He wants to tackle. He wants to be out there. But that was a cheap shot on him on that play.
And if you're going to take a cheap shot on somebody, that's a guy that's doing a lot of damage to you on special teams, obviously. They're aware of that, and the frustration comes in. You're down. Like you said, you're down. The coaches are probably on that sideline over there screaming at these kids, you know, trying to get them adjusted, trying to get their heads in the game, get them to get that aggression like they had on the first drive. And, you know, sometimes people step out of line and the big penalties come.
Capolla's going to start this one out. He's got receivers out here wide, two of them out here on the right, and twin receivers out on the left. He's taking this one out of a pistol look. And Bell in the backfield with him. They run it inside with Bell. Nothing doing here. And I wanted to take this opportunity to thank somebody here. It's a Palmetto High student, I believe, came and helped us out. What's your name, sir?
Keon Brown Smith.
Keon Bryan Smith? All right. And my glasses fell through the bleachers here, and he looks like a wide receiver. And he showed that great speed to run down there, ran about 70 yards below the stadium and helped us out here. So we thank very much for his help.
Obviously we're very high up.
Very high up under a tent here on the visitors section. Looked like a run to Andre Bell there. Really doesn't go for anything.
So they got the slot and the wide out over here on the right side, you know, in a very odd formation, like they're going to try to throw over here to this side, trying to keep us off guard. And I mean, really, they're not tricking the defense. They're not doing anything that this defense hasn't seen before because they stay in position. You got Day-Day Hill and Tyler Wells out here covering the receivers. Now you've got a slot coming out.
And that's Kashif Edwards, number 6, coming out here in the slot. And to cover him, we have Jaquez Hughes to cover him in the slot. Kind of a soft cushion there. Wells is out there tight, and they run the ball again with Bell. Goes for a gain, but that's going to be short of the first down.
I was going to say this play obviously doesn't fit that, but when you have defensive line that can make the tackle, can take the pressure off the linebackers, allow the coverage to be there for the pass, you can really build a great defense. Reminiscent of the Bucks back in the late 90s.
No doubt, Tom.
If that defensive line can get in there and make those tackles on the running back, put pressure on the quarterback, man, that opens up that entire defense.
Yeah, that's a great analogy because that's perfect because he has nowhere to throw the ball because they are exactly where they need to be. It's a good time to block a punt.
And so there is a penalty there. And with 4th and 5 in the punting situation, so they're going to sort this one out. Kind of an interesting look over here. Number 15, Anthony Patterson, lining up to block Day Hills back here to kind of tie up Patterson, the gunner, out here wide.
I think the ref thought there were too many men on the field for Largo. He counted them, and he was wrong.
All right.
He didn't have his glasses, maybe.
So he made a good call. And this one is kicked, and it's going to be a driving kick near the sideline. And it checks up there. So it's going to check up right at the 40-yard line. And there's the effect of LaJonte Wester being such a great returner. Now Palmetto has the ball on the 40.
And, Tom, getting back to your point, because that's such a great point that you brought up, that everything really we rely on those corners and those safeties staying put and doing their job. And they're trying to run some scheme formations at us, but we're not biting.
Right.
And that gives them time on the D-line to get in there and to sack the quarterback, make a tackle at the line. So it's really very disciplined defensive football here that we're seeing from the Tigers tonight.
Well, we all know a defensive back or a safety, that's one of the toughest spots on the field to play. These receivers are so quick. They know where they're going. You're reacting to where they're going. But if you don't have to worry about the run, it's so much easier, and that really makes a huge difference.
And I'll tell you this, on the center of the line tonight, Ryan Cotton, number 55, and Kaiwan Smith, number 52, they have been doing an incredible job. There they are over there. Butler cuts it up, and he goes for about a 4-yard gain. You know, a lot of push on a very big defensive line for Largo. So great job by the offense. He goes for 6 yards on that play, guys.
Yeah, you got number 59, Keon Dunlap, who weighs got to be close to 300.
Oh, he's 340. You're talking about 59?
59, yeah.
Yeah. He's 343 is what I picked up, I think, on Max Preps. He's a huge defensive tackle.
He looks tired.
And there is Sajel Hickson running.
Look at
him. All the way to the
Yeah.
18-yard line. Hey, Troy Bellamy, how did that look from your vantage point?
Listen, again, the speed is the key for our team. We're explosive, but the speed is the key. Also, I talk to my kids about the importance of getting better every day. And it looks like we've solved a lot of our penalty issues. And when you're able to do that, then you stay out of third and long situations. And Coach Ty is able to dial up some really good plays that are really effective because you're not in the third and long predictable downs. You want to be unpredictable with this explosive offense, and that's what's happening tonight.
Hey, thanks very much, Troy. You know, and it's right on time. So on the clock, 6 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. And, you know, it's kind of fun here tonight. We're watching these plays develop, and I'm within an earshot or very close to Ty Stolt over here, and he's just dialing them up, and it's very fun to kind of watch it unfold. You know, we talk about the game, but the real game, the fun of it, is when you have how it is really being called by an offensive or a defensive coordinator. It's amazing.
And with all the tools and things he's got that are working, man, he's having fun right now. He's enjoying this.
Two receivers on both sides. They hand it up. Sajel Hickson showing the speed. Turnt cuts it back, and he's going to be stopped there by the pursuit, so no gain on the play.
But not a bad job here. I mean, they are quick up front. We've exposed them a few times here already, but you know, we can't forget this is a very good defense.
It's sequential. You're setting up a wide play to the right side of the field, opens up things to the left side of the field, and you've got two covering three over here at this position. Kind of looks like something that Butler number 6 might find the hole on this one. Zay Williams looks, and he throws it out there, and it is going to be caught by Wester.
Wester wide open in the end zone.
I love it. Coach Ty is still upset. I love it. We just scored a touchdown.
He got mad about something, but we'll take that touchdown.
Hey, that's a coach for you.
It's probably a depth route or something, but if you looked at Jalen Wester there, beautiful throw on this windy night.
Jonte's got 2 scores tonight, one on offense, one on special team. I would say he's having a pretty good MVP night.
He is quite good. And the kick is up, and it is good. Good snap there by Nickel. Hold by Williams and kick by Gonzalez.
You know, we've talked many times about putting it all together and many broadcasts. Hey, we haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen them put it all together. But offensively, defensively, and special teams tonight has been near flawless. It's great to see, and a team like this that's playing like this and crisp and not making stupid penalties. Man, that's a deep playoff team.
There really is, Tom, and this is what we have wanted to see all year. And yes, we've had some games with very poor field conditions, and haven't been able to really put everything together. But this has been impressive tonight, because I don't think anyone in this field tonight was expecting a 34 Tiger lead before the end of the second quarter. I know I wasn't. I was a little concerned on how we were going to match up against this very talented defense, because that's all I've heard about. Yeah. That's what we've heard about the most, not offense, but the talent on defense.
I'm going to tell you, this is when the coaches start putting the pressure on that defense to not give up any points. And you'll see these defensive coaches get really creative trying to keep that goose egg up there on the scoreboard.
So Xavion McCluster is back there with Kalen Gully back there to receive this one. And running over there, making a nice catch, looking in the middle field, and he's got the edge over there. Jalen Wester with good coverage, and there is Braden Nickel again. Who do we have? No, Jaquez Hughes over there shuts it down.
Yeah, right now the Largo coaches are thinking, this Tiger team's for real. This ain't no joke.
I'm thinking it too.
I'm with you.
I'm going to tell you, as I look across the field here, and the beautiful weather, it's a little windy, but I mean the temperature is low, the humidity's low. I'm just shocked there's not more fans here from Largo. I mean, they got a good team this year.
I think we have just as many as they do, Tom.
Oh, yeah, and makes you really appreciate the fans that do come to our home games. Obviously, we got TigerVision. They have other options, but they still come and support our Tigers.
Yeah, always can watch TigerVision, but nothing like being at the game. And out here wide, two receivers. Day Hill is out here locking him down on this corner. He looks the other way, throws it to the middle of the field. It's high throw, and that one was intended for number 6 there, and that was Kashif Edwards.
Yeah, Jaquez Hughes was right there almost with an interception. So Beasley family, I hope I'm saying it right. Braden is back. He's fine. He's playing strong safety. He's on defense right now, number 20. So enjoy.
All right, now they're coming out here with 3. Now Jaquez Hughes rolls up here late. Capola waits the snap. Single high safety look. He's throwing for the middle of the field. Picked off.
Davion Cummings. Davion Cummings. I've never seen him drop a ball as long as I've known him. And he is hating life right now.
He had 2 picks earlier this season in one game, and that one was just as easy as it could be.
I think it was too easy.
I tell you what his eyes were doing. His eyes were looking at that goal line as that ball was in the air. And Davion Cummings, that's exactly what happened there.
And he had about 3 blockers on this side as well.
Yeah, that was going to be 6, but that brings up a 3rd and 10.
Look at Day Hill over here. He looks like a D1 player, doesn't he?
He does. Andre Bell is out here in the slot, and the very dangerous Kashif Edwards is out here, and then Capola awaits his snap.
I don't know if we got a timeout.
Timeout over there. So, what you're seeing tonight is really a dominating performance by these Palmetto Tigers. Troy, what you got down there for us on the sideline?
Well, again, we are really seeing a dominating offense and dominating defense as well. That's the key. Coming on the road, being able to go with a team that plays very physical, has a reputation of being very physical, that makes the difference. So now we're starting to show our championship medal. These are the kinds of things that the coaches have been imploring the guys to come out, handle business. 34-0 in the first half is not that, guys. This is not just we're better than them. This is a combination of discipline, improved practice, pace, strength. All of those factors come into play here for you to go on the road and take a 34-0 lead midway through the second quarter.
Hey, thanks very much, Troy. Palmetto defense looking strong. Once again, Largo Patriots are behind the chains. They got Big Bell out here in the slot. Capola waits the snap. Mathis is out here wide on the boundary. Capola looks, a lot of heat up in the middle of the field. He breaks out of a tackle, another tackle, and he takes a huge hit there right at the marker.
Ellison Bradley came in there and just torpedoed.
And that was right at the first down spot there. He's going to be spotted according to our sideline crew, right at the marker.
This is what we don't hear enough about. This team is aggressive as well. They don't. We worry. The coaches may, think about it. This team does not care who they are playing. I've seen them. We've seen them for the last 4 years. They are fast as well. They're aggressive, and they don't care who they're playing. They're always going to play the same way. But I tell you what, Elson Bradley just made that quarterback never wants to run again. I guarantee you, he never wants to run again.
I'll tell you though, the quarterback, you can tell when a kid spends time in the weight room. Those tackles that look like you got them wrapped up, they should be going down. He just broke 2 of them. Easy tackles generally for us, but when we get that one kid that's got that core strength built up and strong, the leg drive and all that, it's great to see the kids put the work in, and then for our guys to be able to stop. Elson Bradley ran into him like a Mack truck. So
yeah, that's good to see as well. So they're going to measure this thing off to see if he got a first down or not. It's going to be really close.
It looks like he has the mark.
Got it.
So that's a first down on the play. A big hit by Ellison Bradley, but Largo maintains the drive here.
We got 2 things here. We've got Tiger shirt, and we've got Florida Youth Ranch shirt.
Florida Sheriff Youth Ranches.
And it's
that's
green.
Right.
Don't we have red ones as well?
Well,
I think I got every color of this shirt.
Tom, if you're going to break the color scheme, at least go with a noble.
I was
cause,
undercover tonight. I was trying to get some information from their sidelines.
Trying to dress like a Packer.
When I came in, I said I'm with TigerVision. The lady looked at my shirt and just kind of said, "Okay, go ahead."
Mathis is out here wide. Big Bell is in the backfield. Great play by Capola and Ruse back there to make the tackle.
Yeah, I think that was a high snap and kind of threw the timing of the playoff. That was going to be a handoff, but
we know well how catastrophic that can be if the snap gets high. It just throws everything off. More than you'd think, that half split second there.
A very athletic play by Capella to snake that one out of the air. I mean, that thing was up there high. And then, of course, that Palmetto defense, you had Quentin Rue was across the line, and then you had Matty Wyatt in the backfield. So that brings up a 2-yard loss on the play. Receiver comes over in motion to fake the jet sweep, hand the ball off to Bell in the middle of the field, nothing doing. Matty Wyatt.
Too many numbers to call. We got Matty in there. You got Elson Bradley. Man, they're just swarming to the ball tonight.
And looks like Matty has a little bit of a shoulder.
A stinger. Hopefully it's a stinger.
Hopefully that's a stinger. Comes out of there. Now that brings up a 3rd and 13 with 4 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock here. Day Hill is in lockdown coverage out here with Mathis. Edwards is out here in the slot. He looks. Oh, good play there.
That's a great job by, with that number
Andre
40.
Rentz.
Andre Rentz. He comes in to relieve.
That was impressive.
A starter. You got Davion Cummins coming up there. You've got number 17.
I tell you, and Andre Rentz, he is a 6'4", 185-pound junior, a little leaner, but the speed was unbelievable on that play. LeJontay Wester awaits the punt, and it's going to be a very high punt. Wester looking over there, see what kind of bounce he gets, and he picked a good play by LeJontay. Ball's at the 33.
I know he wanted to run it, but he did a good job just stopping the momentum of that ball and getting on it and saving some field position there. But I know he's not happy with himself.
Yeah, but that ball would have rolled another 8 or 9 yards, Rick.
Exactly,
so good play.
You're hoping for that nice bounce where it just pops right up.
One good little cherry hop right into your hands.
So Palmetto Tigers, plenty of time on the clock. 3 minutes and 3 seconds here for the Tigers as they come out on offense. Big West is out there, number 73, Jay West, and he's going to be snapping the ball here. 3 receivers out there on the right. 1 single receiver gathers out here wide left. Ball's handed off to Sajel Hickson, and he goes for about a.
He comes out of it.
He's at the 40.
He's going to go all the way.
The 40, the 30, the 20. 10, touchdown, no flags.
Wow. Hey, That's something that never happens against this Tiger or against this Packer defense. I mean, those linebackers were up there. They had him stopped, and once again, Tom, we talk about it. He never goes down on that first hit.
Never. I thought he was down.
They're all on him, and he spins right out of it.
Unbelievable. Talk about strength. I mean, good Lord.
Goodness. And then just shows the Jets as he goes down the sideline there for the touchdown. Huge play.
I think we got Packer fans leaving already.
Shocking play by Sajel Hickson. And the kick is up, and it is good. So your Palmetto Tigers lead this one now. They got 34 on the clock. I don't believe that.
35 though, right? Is it 35? 41, I mean?
40, yeah, that's right.
41.
Exactly.
So
41.
we have a running clock then, correct?
Yeah, it's a little bit behind. 41 on the score here. 2 minutes and 48 seconds remaining here. You know, an impressive. You know, we've been waiting for these Tigers to have that, everything go well tonight. And put it all together. Yeah. Well, it's here tonight.
You can't ask for more than what we have seen in this first half, and we know that we're going to have a running clock coming out of the halftime break, which we know how quickly a ball game goes after that. So it's going to be very difficult for the Packers to get back into this ball game. And I tell you, they have broken the spirit of that defense, especially on that last run by Sajel Hickson. That was a dynamic.
I hate to be that guy. If there's anything the Tigers can work on, obviously it's the extra point. We've had guys in the backfield of both extra points. One we didn't make, one was blocked, and one, he got through, but it was tough.
Right now, you're that guy.
You're that guy.
Hey, you got to work on it.
There's a short kick, and it's fielded there at the 10-yard line. There's a little – Robert Gavin was blocked there, and he's trying to find a crease, and Gavin gets back into the play.
Oh my goodness, we've got a little aggression going on out there. These Packers are not happy, I understand, but I don't know who they're going to call that on, but we had a lot of extra activity going on after the play.
I tell you guys say I'm that guy. I just watched Coach Ty score a touchdown and throw his hands up in the air like he was upset.
They're never happy. Obviously, that ball was supposed to go somewhere else.
Clearly. It works for us.
Well, I thought it was going to go in the middle of the field, but it was nice behind that, So it's they fooled me on that. Jonte Wester, what a night tonight. We haven't got the statistics up. We may get help from our Orlando studio tonight from Steve Johnson. That ought to be very exciting. Hey, Troy, what's it feel like down there?
There's a lot of excitement here. Again, big plays always generate excitement. And when you see guys breaking tackles, other guys are cheering for them, it becomes infectious and infects the whole team.
All right, thanks very much. And they hand the ball off to Bell in the middle of the field, and he's going to be tackled by Michael Brown.
Yeah, I mean, they got another late hit. This offensive line is getting a little choppy. They're getting a little upset, and we know that's going to happen when you have a competitive team like the Packers. But everyone's got to just keep their composure here, and let's just play football.
Yeah, something about that running clock that just gets you upset a little bit,
Kevion Williams, watch number 11 off the ball on this play. He is hot. Capola awaits. Look at the bull rush there by Kevion. Now he throws it down. Oh, great coverage by Day-Day.
The only person that had a shot at catching that ball was Day-Day Hill.
And he's running stride for stride with the receiver, and then he looks up and sees the ball and then takes off and accelerates.
If you want to see it, kids watching at home, you got your rip, your swim, your bull rush. If you want a good look at a bull rush on that last play, Kevion Williams with a supreme bull rush.
Yeah, like you said, Brian, he is upset because he's getting cheap shotted by that big offensive line, number 75.
You're a big son.
And you can see the intensity levels are peaking out there. Edwards is out here wide. Capola awaits the snap. Looks down the field, avoids the rush. Now he's got a lane, and there's a hold and a big hit. He's 3 yards short.
Hey, and number 75, ever since they got back out here, he's been nothing but trouble, and he's upset as well. But he finally had one called on him, and it should have been 3 plays ago against Kevion Williams.
Problem is, once you make that one penalty, they start watching you to make sure you're not, continuing that same behavior.
Yeah, that's number 75, Jacob Campbell, senior O-line. Big young man, but he's not happy. And
that's a senior that hasn't had a lot of situations like this, and he's just playing very aggressive, very mad out there about the situation in front of him. And, not a whole lot that's going on between the lines here, trying to change it up. And now Quavion Matthews is out here wide, and they've got 3rd and a bunch.
Speaking of being mad, we picked up somebody on the audio a minute ago, and I've never heard anybody called a big soft biscuit before, but that was an interesting
analogy.
I don't know what you call it. Insult, you're a big soft biscuit. All right.
He looks, and there's the pass rush by the Tigers. He escapes the pocket, and great job there of pulling off of that hit. Number 7, Raquan Crawford, came out there. There's
flag.
Another penalty.
So tell me this: regardless if you go out of bounds or not, the clock is supposed to continue to run. Is that correct?
No, and out of bounds? No, it's going to stop when he goes out of bounds.
It will stop.
Oh, that's on them. That's a personal foul on them.
But now they're going to sort this one out, and they're backing him up. Now this will be interesting here. Palmetto Tigers elect to take the penalty. No, they did. They're going to.
They are going to take it.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to step it off.
So they're going to decline it. So it's 4th down punting situation here. LaJonte Wester awaits the punt on the 40.
I got a call earlier today from one of my good buddies, Todd Wilcher, huge Auburn fan. He loves Auburn. He's a big Tigers guy, and right now he's going crazy because he's really an Alabama guy. So I just told him I wanted to say, hey, Todd, appreciate you guys watching up there in Jacksonville, and go Tigers, both of them.
1:35 here in the second quarter. This has been a long first half for Largo. This time he rolls one down there, and it's going to check out of bounds. And, they're kicking away from Jonte, and we've got the ball right about the 40 again.
Oh, my goodness.
Got a fight over here.
That's going to be the younger Wester. They're cheap shotting, guys. They have gone.
Now this could get out of hand.
They really have. And this reminds me a lot of Pinellas Park last year. They have never been in this position before, and emotionally they can't handle it. And these coaches don't get a handle of these Packer players. These referees will stop this game.
Yeah, they might. With a running clock here, in the second half, they're going to really have to straighten this out.
Well, I think Coach Cucci might have seen something else, too, because he was getting onto Wester pretty hard there.
Well, I'll tell you, we'll see if we can get a look here. But Wester's coming around. We're not going to see it because we're going to be watching the actual kick.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that is. I thought Wester got pulled down
I think
by
Wester,
his face mask.
Wester, he's going to probably get called for retaliating, but it wasn't his fault.
Yes.
The guys down here are complaining that the Largo players are grabbing their face masks. That's playing a little dirty out there.
That's exactly what they're doing, Troy.
That's what I saw. Jalen Wester got pulled down by his face mask, and most of us are going to retaliate on that. Reminds
me of some of the mid-'90s Palmetto Tigers teams I played on. We'd get down big, and then we'd end up scrapping. It was just our thing. We might lose the game, but we never lost the fight. And I know that's not a good thing to do, but that was kind of the atmosphere we had back then. But obviously, the coaches are immediately grabbing these kids, getting them off the field, trying to stay in their head. You've got something to fight for. Don't get involved in these little mix-ups. And obviously when you're ahead, you can do that.
Well, he pulled on Jalen's helmet.
He did
really hard. Injury-prone type, injury that can occur there. So let's see what we got here offensively.
Now he throws this one out, and it's overthrown.
That's going to be the wind that caught him on that one and kind of drifted on him.
So now it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. Really good field position. And the wind, we've got a tent here, and I hope it does not blow away. It's like a big parachute over the top.
I think we got Gorilla Glue holding it down. We got
duct tape.
Gorilla tape or something.
Well, we'll call out the name of Nick Batchelder was back here with a gaffer's tape and helping us tape this thing down. So in case we have a breakdown, it's all Nick's fault. No, he does a great job here. He's a sound guy, an amazing job. Now he looks, and he throws it in the middle of the field, incomplete pass. That'll bring up a 3rd and 10.
I think Coach Ty right now is thinking, all right, you want to cheap shot us? You want to pull on our face mask? You want to try to hurt my players? I'm going to score another touchdown on you right now before halftime.
Yeah, 41-0 for your Palmetto Tigers. Thank you, TigerVision, as presented by Conley Buick GMC fans. I know out in Spokane, Washington, Thomas Bell is loving this one tonight. Now Williams awaits. He looks. He throws a deep out there. DeJounte Wester for an incomplete pass.
So what do you think they do here? You think look, they're still jaw-jacking out there. I tell you what, guys. This Packer team has really, really lost their composure.
Now this will be interesting because that was a 3rd and 10 play, so that could be a first down for your Palmetto Tigers.
That's another unsportsmanlike. And I mean, eventually you got to just understand. All right, you're getting beat by a quality team. I get it. You're frustrated, but how bad do you want to get beat?
You really, you had a big 3rd and 10 stop, and then you get into some personal fouls, and now the Palmetto Tigers are knocking on the door in the Asa Power red zone.
This defense is just not used to it, Tom. I mean, you're talking about Braden River didn't score any points on them, had one safety. They won it 7-2, but this defense is just used to being dominant.
That defensive line is pretty small. Other than the one big guy, they're pretty small. We're just kind of wearing them out there. The offensive line's doing a great job with the pocket and running the ball. They're doing an awesome job. Look at that time.
And now Williams rolls, looks for the back of the end zone. He had Butler out there, but incomplete pass, so that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Plenty of time on the clock here in the second quarter. You know what? In Orlando, our statistician, Steven Johnson, I hope he has a very good calculator going tonight because these Palmetto Tigers are running the numbers.
Is Steve ever going to join us again? Or is he going to be like a long distance affair, love affair?
It's hard to say about old Steve.
I mean, I don't know what happened. What did we do?
He's a free spirit.
What did we do?
Okay, so we had a penalty here on the Tigers. Must have been a holding because it backed us up 10 yards on that. We were talking here and looking at over at that old clock. Williams had, no safety help there in the middle of the field. Here comes Butler in motion. They fake it to Gavin. Now they throw it low out there to Butler, and it bounced. So that brings up a 2nd and 20.
Yeah, so right now, regardless of what the score is, Coach Ty's not happy. Right, Tom?
Yeah.
I mean, right now he's just thinking, we are playing sloppy. We need to score before we go in here. This is what championship teams do, take advantage of every mistake.
And this is what we've seen. Usually we've been a little sloppier than this and crisp on occasion. Now we've been crisp all night, and now this last drive, it just looks like a different team.
Gavin gets the ball, and he's tackled there. Really nice play in the backfield there by, I think, number 42 back there, and or 45, Anthony Darnell back there on the tackle.
Yeah, we called a timeout, Brian, so Coach Ty wants to talk it over with Zay and the offense and see what we can come up with here to try to put some points, more points on the board before the end of the first half, which, like you said, Brian, it's been a very long and very exciting first half. Wasn't expecting this type of
not this early.
This score here. I figured that we would be able to wear them down in the second half and maybe be a little bit more consistent offensively, but we just came out and just put the foot on the gas and never took it off.
That's it. I was pretty impressed with Gavin last week. He runs tough. He's a strong kid. He's tough. I went to school with his dad, played football with him, and this is his time now to just run the clock, man. The clock's running anyway, but
This is going to be your star next year.
No need to get fancy.
Yeah, Robert, he's a hard-nosed football player. He's a great kid, but he's going to be the go-to tailback next year with this Tiger team.
We will be losing a lot of talent next year, that's for sure. And so these new guys have to step up.
Ball's at the 20-yard line. He looks. He's got a receiver, and he makes incomplete.
Is that Curtis Thomas?
It is.
Almost a circus catch back there.
Wow.
CT Magic, or no, that was Butler. That number 8 is kind of tight. Shirt's kind of tucked up. It looked like
CT.
CT Thomas. Curtis Thomas gets back there. Yeah, that's Curtis Thomas. He did such a great job getting his feet in bounds. Now this is interesting. Hey, Troy, walk us through this kick. Go ahead and take it.
This is a pretty long kick here. It's about 41 yards here, and our kicker is very capable, and the ball is up, and it is good. It is pure. It is pure.
Job, man.
What a leg.
Wow.
That ball is clearing the goal line, clearing the goalpost, another 10 yards. So that's easy.
Gonzalez.
And it's a pretty good wind down here. The wind has picked up here in the quarter, so for him to kick that type of field goal from this distance in the wind and very comfortably is a good thing.
I'll tell you what, I love to see them go for the field goal there. Oftentimes, Coach Marino he's an aggressive personality, and he loves to score touchdowns. And we've seen times where we think he should kick a field goal, and he'll go for it, and either he gets it or he doesn't. But I love, with this going on, get the field goal unit in there, give him some reps, and let him get some confidence kicking the ball.
Yeah, and that's a great point, because we know we're going to need him as we get deeper into the season. Raphael is got a nice little draw going. Yeah. Kenny would be very, very pleased if he was here tonight. He's kicking the ball well. Good contact coming off of the tee well, coming off the ground. Would they use the tee on the field goals, Brian, or are they off the ground? Are they using the tee?
Yeah.
A tee in high school.
They got that black
tee, block.
That's still impressive. You know, everything is working here tonight for the Palmetto Tigers. Get a kick out, a good service with our friends at DeVito Auto. It's an onside kick. Takes a nice hop in there. It's still on the ground. Picked up. Hey. And the Palmetto Tigers have it.
What I say about aggressiveness?
Well, let me tell you,
that's the anger thing. That's anger. That's the penalty thing.
You guys you're gonna treat my players that way. I am going to run this thing on you until you can't sleep tonight. That's what this is all about. I've seen Coach Marino do this a few times when he feels he's being taken advantage of, and they're trying to play good, clean football here. And every play they're getting face masks and cheap shotted, and you name it. Wow.
If you're going to keep hitting the players after, and get one of our players hurt, that was a little message there. Kenny Burton would be here. He'd say, when you're up 44-0 in the second quarter, that's a good time according to the chart.
So no chance he's taking a knee here,
huh? No, they're going to throw the ball.
Oh, look at that throw out there. Great play by the receiver to come back in position.
That's Bubba Butler.
Bubba with a great catch.
So they got to hurry up back to the line because they only got 30 seconds, or did they call a timeout? Or
they stopped the clock.
Is that for? Was it incomplete?
It doesn't matter. It should still be running.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they had to call that incomplete pass for the clock to stop like that.
But see, I don't believe the clock should stop at all unless you call a timeout. And I think
the running clock's only in the second half, correct?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Second half running clock.
There we go. That's why, Brian.
Yep. Oh, boy, look at that.
Curtis
Thomas.
Curtis is like, can you get one down for me one time, brother?
I can jump, but not that high.
So with 26.9 seconds on the clock, this might be a fine, get a little bit more, get into field goal range, and let Raphael attempt like a 50-yard or, that wind is gusty and it's kind of confusing. You can't tell, it's going almost directly across the field.
Be a nice time for a little draw action. Whoa. We're about to fly away up here.
We've got some serious wind action up here, and our little tent is taking a beating.
Yeah, we're having things fly off the tent here. And with 26.9 seconds on the clock, Williams rolls to his left. Great block back there in the middle. And then he's going to step out of bounds or get tackled there. So the clock is going to go down to 15 seconds. Down to 10 seconds on the clock. Palmetto Tigers in no hurry. And this, from this point on the field, that'd be a huge kick. So the clock goes to zeros with your Palmetto Tigers leading 44-0.
Guys, Chris Conley here from Conley Buick GMC. We're excited to be back for another season of Palmetto football and TigerVision. Good luck this year and go Tigers!
5, touchdown!
Every day, 192 people in the U.S. die from drug overdose, but they don't have to. In Florida, if you're trying to save the life of another person, you're protected from prosecution by the Good Samaritan Act.
You just saved her life.
Hey guys, it's Alan Conley from Conley Buick GMC. Halftime's almost over, so make sure you stay tuned. Go Tigers!
Hi, my name is Harold Britt. I am commander of VFW Post 2488 here in Palmetto. You're watching TigerVision. We are proud to be part of this one town, one team here in Palmetto, and keep it up.
Well, what an incredible half, gentlemen. You know, I've seen a lot of high school football, and I'm sure we're going to get the stats coming here soon. That's got to be well over 300 yards of total offense. But an incredible performance all the way around for those Palmetto Tigers. Rick, read us through those halftime stats.
Well, these are some very impressive stats that you would like to see at the end of a ball game. This is the first half, so you've got 151 yards rushing by the Tigers, 52 by Largo, 174 yards passing by Isaiah Williams, and then 325 yards total for the first half. 0 passing yards for Largo, 52 total offensive yards. I mean, that's domination at its finest right there, Brian.
That's incredible. You know, Tom was telling me at halftime, you know, looking things over, his calculation was right at 22 yards. What was your calculation?
21.75 or something yards per catch. 8 catches for 174 yards. Pretty impressive.
Such an impressive display here tonight by the offense when it's clicking, and the defense, and just the shutting down of a very talented team out there. I mean, they are on tonight. And if this Palmetto Tiger team, you know, the thing that you have to be very afraid of is you come off a game like this when everything is clicking. You don't want to get the big head, and that's the one issue. But you know, if you maintain this is really a special performance by a special team.
You know, and I think that the coaching staff, Coach Marino, they do a very good job of making sure that the players forget about good, bad, and different. Forget about what you did last Friday. This is what we have to do this Friday. This is what you have to do better this Friday. And they do a very good job of making you feel that you haven't done anything close to enough. So they never really think too much about what happened the week before. And they do that on purpose. Tyler will come home at night and say, hey, we had a really good practice. Now, Coach Marino didn't think so, but we thought so. But they don't want them to start thinking as soon as they get out on this field, no matter what, we got this.
I'll tell you what, the best thing about an offensive performance like we're seeing in this first half is, you know, we talk about this Largo team. They're not a passing team, they're a run team, so we cue on the run. When you could put it up in the air, 174 yards passing in the first half, 130 yards rushing in the first half, a couple weeks ago against Riverview, 300 yards rushing in a game, they're not going to be able to cue on one part of our offense to stop as long as they're able to dial this up. We know that Coach Ty and Coach Marino like to spread the ball around and do different things, and it's going to make it very hard for these teams to get good, solid game plans on us because we can beat them both ways.
You know, and thinking about rushing, such a dynamic rushing performance tonight, Sajel Hickson, the last 2 weeks he had 108 yards in the previous game, then he went for 141 yards last week. And he's got to be over 100 yards in the first half because he had that 60, 70-yard run plus, you know, a few 15, 20-yard runs. You know, his average is well over 10 yards a carry. At this point in the season, it'll be fun when we go through that. But to have it's so multi-dimensional here at Palmetto High School. With the talent that we have, it has been an incredible season, really.
Yeah, so Sagel is the go-to tailback. He's established himself as that guy. You bring in Robert Gavin to give Sagel a break, just to give him a few minutes to, just to take a drink. And then, that allows you to keep Bubba out there in the slot, move Bubba wherever you want. You don't have to really run Bubba Butler. And because Robert is here and he can do some incredible things when he has the ball in his hand. He is a hard-nosed runner, and he reminds me a lot of Johnny Jones, who we lost last year after he graduated. But Johnny loved to run up the middle, and he loved to make contact. And Robert is that same style of runner. And Sagel just does it all. He wants to hit you. He's going to spin away from you. He's going to run 40 yards down the field after you think you got him tackled. So, like both of you have already said, you can't really focus on any one thing here. You got to have disciplined defensive football, or you're going to be left out there on an island by yourself, and we're going to be running by you.
We've said this in the past about Palmetto, just year in and year out. We have such great talent at our skill positions. Recently, our line has been big and aggressive and strong. We got to give a lot of credit to this coaching staff. They have been able to maintain these kids. We don't have a lot of kids leaving after 1 year and going to Manatee, going to Braden River, going to, it's a very what's in it for me kind of generation right now, and these kids just jump ship whenever they don't get their way. You're seeing 3 or 4 running backs out of the backfield on this offense, and they're all happy to be getting their few turns to go make a big play. It's a great testament.
Good point. You get the notoriety for winning football games. So you take a Sagel Hickson who had 16 carries last week for 141 yards. He'd be thinking, well, yeah, if you gave me the ball 35 to 40 times, I'm putting 300 on the board. But what this team has is just incredible, the team chemistry, and nobody cares about individual statistics. They're playing as a team.
Yeah, and great point, Tom, because I know of 2 players that left Palmetto 2 years ago to go to another local high school team, and right now they're playing on a losing team that most likely will not go to the playoffs. How good do you think they feel right now about what they did? And this group of young men, and I've said this several times, they have been together since Pop Warner. They were together with the Trojans and the North River Storm. They played with each other, against each other. They played 7-on-7 with each other. They have never wavered. They were coming to Palmetto. They were going to be a Tiger, and they wanted to do something special. Now, we still have a long way to go. But regardless of what happens, we have a group of young men that were committed to becoming and staying a Tiger, and no matter what happened, that's where they were going to stay. So I commend them and this coaching staff, because in this day and age that we live in, where we allow a player to go to a school every year if they want to, it's very difficult to keep quality players.
Well, one thing in Manatee County, you want to play winning football in 2019, Palmetto High is the place to do it.
Got Braden River's down right now, almost at the half. Manatee's down. Things are changing. The atmosphere is changing. Palmetto's been steady. We've been solid the last 6-7 years here, but these other teams are starting to falter a little bit. The district changes have changed a lot of things. We're playing teams we wouldn't play. We're 6A versus 7A, which obviously that makes a difference. But we're playing a lot of the same teams as well. And this year we've got it together. Last year, offensively, record-breaking offense. I mean, Anthony Marino and that entire offense was just amazing. And honestly, coming into this season, I was nervous, like I am every season. You never know what you're going to have for many reasons, including kids leaving. But I'm pleasantly surprised, especially tonight, seeing them put it all together. Running the ball, throwing the ball, just people stepping up, new names we haven't heard of that are really taking the role as leaders on this offense and on the defense, and really just putting us that much further ahead of all the other teams that we compete with.
It's so exciting here, guys. We could stay here. It's one of those times where we're looking at really good football, and we could stay here and we could talk about it all night. But we're going to take a break here at half. with the Palmetto Tigers leading 44-0. We'll have a running clock in the second half. Go Tigers.
Check. Check, check, check. Check, check. check, 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 check. Okay, it's working good. Check, check, check. Yep. That's where I look at it.
We're not going to get these highlights. BB. "31-yard line." So great play by Wells coming up and make a tackle.
Yeah, good job once again by the special teams guys, and we're just hoping that we can get out here injury-free and the emotions stay in check.
Yeah, you can see that Braden Nichols kind of laboring a little bit, probably, picked up a little tweak a little earlier on. But the Palmetto Tiger defense is out there now on the field.
A lot of different numbers than what we're used to seeing.
Quaylen Matthews is out here wide. Capola awaits the snap. On the other side, we have Quavion Matthews. So now in motion goes Jared Briscoe. And there is a speedy number 25. Takes a big hit from Gabe Avendano on the sideline, but really nice first down run there.
Yeah, we haven't called Gabe's name all night, but he comes in there with a nice tackle and a lick on the running back, but picks up some real good yardage there on first down. To Tom's point, we do have some new players in there. They replaced them right after that play, though, Tom. Put the starters back in.
I'll tell you, number 28, Briscoe, the running back for Largo, he just laid one of our defensive ends out. I mean, this kid is aggressive and strong. He's somebody to watch.
Yeah, Andre Bell out there is a nice-looking talent here. Now they bring in motion, and they hand it. Fakes the handoff. Capella keeps it. And Avendano trying to make the tackle and does, but there's a first down for Largo. 10 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock here.
So it's nice to see Largo playing ball and not getting frustrated with nasty penalties, and hopefully that will continue. But defensively, I know that Coach Gucci does not want them to score.
Kashif Edwards is out here wide with Matthews. Capola awaits the snap. Jared Briscoe in the H-back formation. They follow him over there with Bell, and nothing doing. Tigers are all of it. Ellison Bradley.
Yeah, Bradley, Davion Cummings.
Yeah.
Again, they come out firing off the ball and aggressive, and they're doing well. And we tackle for loss. So now we'll see. If we get them to punt on this series, if they go right back into that same mentality they had before.
I really don't see them punting all game. The rest of the second half. Why would they?
Coppola awaits, and he looks down the field. He throws it down, intended for Matthews. Great
good job,
play
Gabe
by Avendano.
Good job, baby.
So
good hops.
Avendano. What is it, guys?
Avendano.
I like Avendano.
Avendano.
He's got good hops.
That's a big first down if he doesn't tip that ball.
That's right. It could have been a touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean, just call him Gabe.
Gabe. Exactly. Good job, Gabe.
Great play. Yeah, and he's very solid. He's playing single high safety back there for the Tigers. This time it's a 3rd and 14 for the Packers here. Throws a little hitch out there low, so it's going to be now 4th and 15.
Nice pressure by the defensive line once again. Number 5 back in there hitting the quarterback just as he throws the ball, and obviously the result bouncing off the grass.
So they are going to punt, looks like. Very surprised. I mean, they're not
Ormsby.
They're not in real bad field position here as far as coming back out here.
Miles Ormsby hustles off the field. He really had a nice play on the last play. 7 minutes and 50 on the clock here.
You see number 1, the linebacker back there. I'm not sure if he's been on the special teams plays before, but this could be a possible fake. I mean, that'd be a...
Now he looks, punts it, and it's a low kick, angled for the sideline over there.
And we're going to have a flag on that play.
Look at that. Here we go again. Jalen Wester's involved in that one back there.
Now that started off as a block, and was a block.
Boy, this is getting ridiculous with the personal foul calls out there. A lot of extracurricular activity.
That can go either way.
That's on us. Or both of them, it looks like.
Yeah.
Offsetting penalties.
Yeah, I don't know what the rule here is in high school, though. We're about to the point where there's going to be some ejections.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if they miss a first half. You would have to research that. Maybe Troy Bellamy would know that in high school with a ejection of a player. Do you know, is that a suspension for a first half of the next game, or how's that work?
It used to be that you would miss a couple of games. So I'd have to check the rules on that to make sure of the rules there. Certainly we don't want anybody to get ejected. That's part of, again, why the reason discipline's been good. We haven't had the large penalties that have affected us until this second half when it got a little, well, the first half when it got a little chippy. So hopefully we can stay focused. This second half should go quickly anyway. We're already at water break.
Yeah, that's true. Already at the water break here. That's going to be about the only timeouts, and then water breaks are only things that are going to stop the clock here. So this one's going to go in a hurry. Palmetto with that very impressive 44-point lead and the ball.
You see quarterback Josh Siplin out there for the snap on this last play here.
I tell you what, Josh Siplin, for the viewers that were watching last week, he came in to the game and he looked fantastic. He was doing a little bit of a looked like a old Louisville quarterback back there. He was running the ball effectively. He was throwing the ball well, and then the receivers, there was not much of a drop off. They were able to move the ball down the field very quickly. Here they are, young faces out there all over the field. Siplin takes it, hands the ball off, and a run there for about 3 yards on the play.
Brian, Josh Siplin, sorry about that, Rick.
Yeah.
His grandmother, Gaithel Siplin, was a sergeant with us at the sheriff's office, and to see him last week and the way he was able to perform in that fourth quarter, getting the ball in there, the joy on his face, it was just great to see. It really was.
All right, there is the pitch, and that's out to Gavin. Gets a block out there initially, and he goes for about a 4-yard gain, so it's going to bring up a third and very manageable here.
And that's really all we need to do here for the second half is just run the ball, just secure it, get a couple first downs if we can so the defense gets some time to rest, but don't really need to do anything fancy.
And they draw them off sides. Good gracious. There's an easy first down. And it's gone from bad to worse here for Largo. And really 5 minutes and 25, that clock continues to wind here during the penalties. One thing about it, when you've got the group out here, we wouldn't call them seconds here at Palmetto because everybody's good. but it's kind of unfortunate that they burn a little clock there during the penalties and all that. Lots of big hits down there on that play. You could hear it.
Well, I mean, so far, so good. And as long as this defense just does their job for the Packers and don't get too chippy, get this thing over with and head back south over the Skyway Bridge.
Siplin throws it out there, makes a catch. There he's still on his feet, goes forward for about let's call it a 5-yard gain. Let's see where they mark that. No, it's about a 3-yard gain on the play.
Trying to pick up some numbers here.
3rd and 7 here for the Tigers. Uncovered out here in the slot, 36, and I don't have him on my roster.
And that's going to be the only problem is we try to give these young men some credit. We don't have them on the roster.
Yeah, Troy Bellamy, if you can maybe find out who number 36 is here for the Tigers. And there is Siplin.
Oh, what a move.
Doing his thing. First down.
What a move he put on that corner.
Troy, I believe that was 86. 86. Brian's got his glasses, but he needs some stronger ones.
Yeah, he's not on the roster, Tom. I don't care.
The guys down here say that 86 is Zay Houston.
Zay Houston, number 36 out there in the slot. Oh, there's a late hit right there. Helmet to helmet and no flag.
Wow.
Man, that was you'll see that was well after the ball had gone through in his hands. And, boy, there's been a lot of that here tonight. Grateful to have the running clock here. 3 minutes and 33. Wind is picked up to 35-mile-an-hour gust here.
I thought Dorian had left, the hurricane, I mean. So Josh is limping just a little bit off that last run that he had.
Oh, he throws the pitch out there late, and Gavin gathers the ball, but that's a loss of about 3.
Well, let me tell you, I think he wanted to run it. But he's a little gimpy, too. I mean, he hurt his ankle, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a thigh bruise or a hip pointer or something's going on. And then, he was no threat on the run, so he had to pitch it out there, and it was well covered there.
A good lesson for him to fight through that pain and still have to perform.
Easy to say.
Yeah.
Hard to do.
Got that right.
Siplin looks, steps up. He's going to run. And now it slides down.
You can tell he's hurting.
Yeah, because he would normally picked up that first down. Yeah. So that brings up a punting situation here. I can't recall one punt in the game before this for the Tigers. Every other possession has been 6 or a field goal. They've been amazing. So Rafael Gonzalez goes back there to kick this one away. We've seen some pretty good pressure here. Watch the edge. Goalie over here. Keelan Goalie might come in there off the edge. And going back to return this one, they're going to have 2 returners back there. Gonzalez kicks it. Man, he killed that one.
Oh, my.
Goodness. And that one is just.
That was a great kick.
That was a 60-yard punt.
You think Coach Stevenson's fired up
or
what?
60-yard punt right there.
Wow.
And that could have been a 70-yard. You know what? That was 60 yards. Could have been 70 plus. Wow.
That's a Kenny Burton punt right there.
Man, hey, Troy.
That was an incredible kick. The height, not only the distance, the height was incredible. So we have a great kicking game, and that's important and a very important key in a championship team.
Good point, Troy. Wow. Now the clock continues to wind real fast here, as there's no stoppage in play. This game's going to be over very soon. Here in the third quarter, the Packers await the snap. Capola looks, and the player, he steps up. He's trying to misses a tackle there to the Tigers, and he got a first down on the play.
We're going to have another flag. Well,
there was more holding on that play.
It's number 75 again. It's number 75. He's all up in
watching his senior season slip away is what it is.
Yeah.
They're holding pretty bad on these run plays, and they're not calling anything.
And the ref is right there. I mean, I know he's trying to get this game over, but you got to protect these kids as well.
Look at there. And so now Davion Cummings is back into the game for the Tigers. And Avendano is playing single safety back there in the back. Capola takes it. Oh, big hit there.
Nice.
Coming across there.
Is that Wester? Yes,
Wester.
it is.
That's Jalen Wester.
Jalen Wester.
Goodness.
Yes, sir.
Hey guys, Chris Conley here from Conley Buick GMC. Hang on for the fourth quarter and remember. Hey guys, Chris Conley here from Conley Buick GMC. Hang on for the fourth quarter and remember, go Tigers.
Hi, this is Mike McDonald with Conley Buick GMC. It's September and this month we're celebrating it with a big kickoff event. Come and check out our brand new 2020 GMC 2500 Sierra Denali's fantastic vehicle. Also, you can come and take advantage of this 2019 Sierra half-ton double cab and save up to $12,123. Here at Conley Buick GMC, we're kicking high prices to the curb. Come to Conley Buick GMC where we treat you like family.
Hi, I'm Shirley Gruber-Bright. I'm the mayor of the city of Palmetto, and I'm proud to be a TigerVision fan and join us, one town, one team in Palmetto.
Hey guys, Chris Conley here from Conley Buick GMC. Hang on for the fourth quarter and remember, go Tigers.
Back to live action here, starting the fourth quarter off here. Skylar Scott is out here wide on this side of the field, and he's out there with Kashif Edwards. Capola awaits the snap. Back there with him is Zuri McClary. Throws it out there wide, and that is a great catch out there. Good tackle by Avendano.
Yeah, Gabe has really come alive here in the second half. He's out there with some of the younger players.
And Eric Triplett there for the Packers looked really nice on that play. Ran a really nice route out there in front of the Palmetto Tigers secondary. Capola awaits. And he hands it off to the back. Boy, he looked nice there. A big hit. Avendano coming up again, but not after the pickup of the first down. So with 11 minutes and 14 seconds here on the clock, Palmetto Tigers trying to maintain this shutout. There's a big crease, and
there's
Avendano again.
Oh my goodness, he's made about 5 tackles here on this series alone.
And Zuri McClary, number 9, he looks nice back there. He's coming in and giving them a little spark here for the Packers. McClary gets the ball again. It's got a big running lane, goes for another first down.
Well, all they're doing here is burning time for us. That clock is moving, and it's moving quickly.
You never like to see your strong safety be the leading tackler on the drive, and that's what's going on right now.
Yeah, we have all the young players out here, so. He moved.
He comes. Look at that. And Capella's looking for the corner over there. He's being chased by Wester, and Avendano wisely pulls off that one.
He wanted some, didn't he?
If he'd have turned it up, that was going to be a massive shot right there. But nice gain on the play by Capella. Good hustle by Wester to force him to the boundary.
Looks like Largo took number 75 out of the game. I think we've seen the last of him tonight. They must have gotten tired of his play.
Skylar Scott is over here wide, and they hand the ball. There is.
That was a fumble. Oh, no. That was a good fake.
Great fake there. And we're right behind that, and just a nice fake on the play. Bounce that one outside, and I believe that was Andre Bell with a nice carry on the play. Clary's in the backfield. Capola hands it to him, and he's a nice-looking back, and then the Tigers swarm him under there, but another nice gain on the play. So they're going to be down. It's going to be 2nd and goal from about the 2-yard line.
I'd like to see these young kids make a stop right here.
McClary looking very comfortable. Now he's blocking. They throw it out there, throw the ball.
Broke it up.
And great defensive play, Jalen Wester. Was that number 29 back there, which would be Les Hewitt.
That was a nice ball, though. He threw it right where it needed to be. It was a great defensive play.
Watch Les Hewitt on the coverage here. Very aggressive and ripped the ball out of there. Got into the hands, and good shot, good play by Les Hewitt. High snap. Fakes it, and he's got the touchdown, does Capella. So now on the board, Palmetto Tigers wanted that shutout, but it's not going to happen tonight. But still winning this game 44-6.
Hey, we're giving these young players some very valuable playing time here, and that's important. That's going to be real important later on. You never know when we're going to need them to step up, Tom.
Well, we've talked about the defensive line and how many we have that we rotate in, but we don't have a lot of safeties we rotate in. We don't have a lot of defensive backs we rotate in. So we're one injury away from one of these guys being a starter. So you're right. It has to be it's great experience for them.
Hey, we only got 7 minutes left in this ball game anyway, so we can almost chew the clock up.
Oh, a low kick by Kyle Francisco, the junior, and that is no good. So your Palmetto Tigers winning this one by 38 points. It's at now 44-6.
Got a kicker with the number 94 on his shirt. 94. I've never seen that either. We got a number 5 at defensive tackle and number 94 doing extra points.
So big night here for the Palmetto Tigers. 7 minutes exactly on the clock.
Tell you what, this band's getting going over here.
They are.
Pretty excited.
I'm liking it.
Oh, Tom Kazmarik's son on the quads over here with a solo. Killing it. He's a freshman. They say he's one of the leaders of the band. I was talking to his dad earlier this week, and hey, the band's a very important part of what's going on the sidelines and on the field.
Palmetto's got the good hands people. The players up front there expecting an onside.
Well, with 6:20, man, that's an awesome drum solo that's going down right about 12 feet away from me.
You could do that, couldn't you? I'm sure you could do it, Brian.
2 spoons on the table.
Slapping your knee.
Get a kick out of good service from DeVito's. Davion Cummings back there to receive this one. Cuts it up. Look out.
Oh, don't do that.
Oh, there he goes. Clock, and he shakes that, and he's still going, and he's going to be all the way for 6.
Oh, my goodness.
That may be the worst block in the back I have ever seen.
I mean, everyone in the stands saw it.
Oh, my goodness.
All the folks at home.
You put one of those young bloods in there, and
that's Tom Porter on a punt kickoff return there. That's something I would have done. Watch this thing here. I mean, it ain't even close.
You ought to see the excitement of the other guys on the field.
That was Sagel.
That
was Sagel.
Just let him run the ball. Don't let him block for anybody.
Yeah, hey, Troy, they're a little bit excited about that one.
Oh, you ought to see the excitement of the other guys on the field as their teammates are getting an opportunity to play here. That's super important. And again, we talked about the speed of this team, top to bottom. You're talking about some really, really fast kids, and they can credit the track department, Coach Rod Martin and his crew, who have built a championship track team as well. Most of them play football as well. So, that's really important.
Yeah, it's amazing, the rising athletic program at Palmetto High School that brings me to Palmetto Boosters. If you're not a Palmetto Booster, check on the website. You can go to that www.palmettotigers.com and click on Join Boosters. One of the great programs there is the IPFAM program. I pay $5 a month. Jump in there and become a booster today. Next week, guys, looking a little bit ahead. I think this one's over. But she's not just warming up. She's singing very loudly here, the big girl. But on the game next week, guys, looking ahead, the game's going to be at Harley Stadium. Tom, as a observer from the outside, what's the score on the Braden River game right now?
Let me see here. I did see Manatee came back. They were down, and they're up 21-9.
So that's the game tomorrow versus Braden, or next Friday versus Braden River. A big game, one that the Tigers really are hungry to get a W on the board.
They're down 31-13 right now.
And Simplin throws, and he had a receiver out there, Gathers, but missed him. And so that brings up a 2nd and 10.
And I'll tell you, with all the good teams we've had over the last 4 or 5 years, that's the one monkey we couldn't get off our back is Braden River. Braden River just finds a way to beat us. They beat us pretty handily for a couple years, and last year stole one at the very end from us, and I think this year's going to be our retribution.
I think that was Gavin to the center of the line, and Rick, continue on. What's your expectations next week?
Well, I just want us to come out next week against Braden River and just play this style of football. I think sometimes we get a little too tight against Braden River, and if they just come out and play relaxed like they did tonight, we'll come away with a victory. They are not better than us. We are the best team, so we got to play like it.
And tonight's peak performance by these Palmetto Tigers, new offensive linemen in there, and they're getting some pretty good push. That's great to see. They're not those huge juniors and 295-pounders that we normally see out there, but they're getting some nice push. Now that brings up a 4th and 5 punting situation for the Tigers.
What's the score of that Braden River game, Tom?
Let me see here. Braden River, the one I can't find. I just see that Southeast is up 29-6 over Bay Shore. They've been putting some things together this year.
Have.
And Braden River is down 31-13 to Lakewood.
4th quarter?
3rd quarter.
3rd quarter.
Yep.
So if they don't come back and win that game, Brian, that's going to be 3 losses for them, right? So, all right, here we go with the pump. Got Raphael back there. Not much of a rush at all from Largo.
Man, great kick again.
It's on the ground. All right.
Hey.
Good job getting down there by the punt team. And what can you say, really? I mean, we can talk all night about the performance of this Tiger team, special teams, offense, defense, you name it. They have been clicking on all cylinders, and it's been really fun to watch, Brian.
And I'll tell you, the last 2 punts, those are like, Ken Burton is not with us tonight. The last 2 punts have been like the old Ken Burton punts that we used to get at Palmetto High School. They've been, coming out of there. He's turning them over, driving the ball. And Gonzalez, what an impressive night tonight from the special teams group as a whole. But Gonzalez is just really becoming an excellent football player.
I'm not superstitious, but I kind of am. Next week, next week we may have to bring Tom up and put Kenny on the sideline just because it's working, right?
Keep it going.
Number 45 there with a tackle for the Tigers, and that's going to be Reuben Stamp. And coming into the game there was number 11, which was Troy Holmes Jr. with a nice run there for the Packers.
I got about 120 left. Let's just hold them.
Probably two more plays if they get this one off quickly. Coppola waits, he looks, wanted to throw that one to the middle of the field. And shakes a tackle, gets blasted on the sideline. Completion over there. Big hit.
I want to tell you guys, sitting up here and looking and watching the game and watching the broadcast from this angle, I got to say, our boy Troy Matthews down there, Troy is doing a great job.
Yes, he is.
As a first-time rookie sideline reporter. This is coming from a Hall of Fame reporter, Mr. Troy, and I want you to know I am impressed. You've got that Barry White going on the sideline, and, man, let me tell you what, you are doing a phenomenal job.
Listen, I'm just glad to be a part of the team and as in television. So TigerVision.
Well, that's the coach answer, but, I mean, how do you really feel? I mean, come on. I know you're excited. You look like a kid down there jumping around and getting into the huddles and hearing what's going on.
I love being on the sideline. Again, there's nothing better than being in the middle of the action, listening to the players, getting the sound of the game, and seeing the speed of the game. This is a championship-type team. They looked like it again tonight. They showed a lot of great – made big plays. when they had to, and the defense came up huge on the road. When you went on the road in your district or your classification, hey, that says a lot about your team's growth.
All right, Troy, you need to scramble up and get ready for some coaches' interviews here, coaches and players. Very impressive game. Palmetto Tigers victorious here tonight over the Largo Packers. Final score, Palmetto Tigers 44, the Packers 6.
Really nothing else to say, Brian. We've been talking about it for the last 2 quarters. This was a dominant performance by the Tigers tonight. Very proud of the way they played. They came in here and they just put on a show for everyone to see. And I tell you what, I'm looking forward to next week, Tom.
Yeah, me too. And like I said, Braden River's always such an obstacle. They have a great program over there, and I know that you say they play tight, and it's true. And I think the coaches coach tight. I think that's the one team we really want to show some dominance over. They're the brother to Palmetto. They're the ones we really want to. You want to beat your brother more than anybody, and I feel like coming in off of a win like this where we were absolutely dominant. It's easy to go into practice and keep that vibe going. Hey, this worked. Let's keep doing this. Let's keep doing that. Braden River's down right now. They're not doing well in this game, so they're going to come in with a chip on their shoulder. And, man, I cannot wait for this game next week at our home stadium. We've got such a great atmosphere. Can't wait to see them come in and get beat by this Palmetto Tiger team.
So now the band is going to play for the Tigers, and then we're going to have some coaches and players interview. And then from our Orlando studio, we're going to have Steve Johnson. But let's listen to the band, and then we'll take it down to Troy Bellamy.
Troy, if you want to come make your way up here to Coach Marino so you can catch what he's saying to the players.
On the way. Get over here to Coach.
You stick that mic right in there. He don't mind.
Hey, all I could say is wow. Played tonight. That was a near perfect ball. All special teams, the way you were pinning that dude there. Hey, number 6, right? He's got offers for a reason, but I didn't see it tonight. The way you guys balled out on every phase of the game. All right. Hey, the only thing we could have done better was score right before the half a couple times. All right, but other than that, that was a near. Come on.
Troy Bellamy on the sidelines. Talk about tonight's win on the road and how your team played.
Well, again, last week and in the first 4 games of the season, we just really didn't play a complete game. And, and as much as we won by 40 last week, or we beat Manatee, or whoever we beat in those first 4 games, we just weren't satisfied. We just, we always told our kids, if you do the best you can and you play to the best of your capabilities and we lose, we can be proud of that. We can be happy with that. But we hadn't played to the best of our ability. Tonight they did. Tonight, hats off to the Tigers, man.
In my opinion, I don't think we've still seen the best of us, what we have there. But talk about the improvement in penalties and discipline. It got a little chippy there because they are down, but talk about the improvement and the focus that you had on cutting down on penalties.
Yeah, and we focused and emphasized it all week. And again, the way these kids respond to the coaches, we got a great coaching staff. I think it's the best coaching staff in the state of Florida. And like I said, these kids understand where we're coming from. We're just trying to make them the best they can be. We're just trying to push them to be great, reach their full potential. And they did that. They were mentally focused. We lost a little bit of focus at the end offensively. A couple missed throws and another mental mistake and penalty. But other than that, the first half was pretty clean offensively. Like I said, right up until those last 2 minutes.
Coach, look at this crowd. What about this crowd that traveled with you here? Isn't that the sign of a championship program?
Well, and again, Palmetto's a great place. I love Palmetto. You know, it's just a community. You know, it's the last of a dying breed of a community high school. And, you know, our booster club with the one town, one team was so prophetic and perfect. But I've always loved the people of Palmetto. Have always rallied around, you know, the youth program and the Trojans and the Tigers on Friday nights. And I had no doubt. You know, I've been here, you know, 12 years, 2 as an offensive line coach and 10 as the head coach. And it's a special place. So I would expect no different. And I would expect when we come home next week, it's going to be even more packed and a more raucous crowd.
Certainly, Coach. Great job tonight. Congratulations on another road victory against a ranked team. Welcome. All right. We'll get some interviews here. We have with us Ryan Cotton. Big night for the offensive line to put up a lot of points early in the first half. Tell us a little bit about what the offense was doing, what you all were able to do tonight.
I mean, we were able to execute. I mean, we've been working since we were working out. Our tail off in practice since Monday, and for us to keep doing what we did here tonight, it was fun. It was a good night.
We cut down on a lot of offensive penalties. Wasn't a lot of offensive offsides. You guys were very disciplined. How hard did you guys work on that? What was the focus on that?
A lot. I mean, going to tempo on Monday and Tuesdays, it was hard. I mean, us O-line, we got 2 returning starters, three young bucks. I mean, they've been working hard, very hard, and then we finally clicked. And then you see that tonight.
Yes. Great job tonight. Great job. Congratulations, another road win. Good job. Let's get to. Okay. Let's come over this way, guys, and we'll be a little bit closer here so we can get here on television here, get your smiling faces. Coach Ty, tell me a little bit about what happened tonight. Here we're on the road, big game, ranked team, got a couple guys that they say are Division I, and we came out and took the fire right out of them right away.
Yeah, man, I was proud of them. We've talked about this week in, week out. This is what we should do with this offense. You know, there's a lot of potential, and obviously the first couple of weeks we've stuttered. This week we didn't. You know, we came out, but once again, right before half, you know, a couple opportunities. We want to score every drive. You know, and we had 2 chances there that we kind of threw away. So once again, I got to get better at that, but I'm proud of the guys, proud of the way they responded.
You know, there's an old saying, it's not the X's and O's, but it's the Jimmys and Joes, but you were dialing up some really good rhythm plays tonight, and everything seemed to be working in the first half. Tell us how good this offense really can be.
I mean, when I got guys like this and O-line's doing their job, it makes my job easy. So don't give me too much credit. Like I said, it's out there. They're playing football. They're doing their job. So I'm happy to have them.
Great job. Another big offensive explosion tonight. Great. All right, Coach. How you doing tonight?
Great.
Good. Way to come on the road, hold a team to 6 points on the road in the classification, ranked a couple spots beneath us. That's a tall order. Tell us how you're able to do it and talk about a little bit about these guys to play.
Well, we knew if we played down to their level, we're a better football team. They, like you said earlier, Jimmy's and Joe's, if those are the guys getting recruited, then someone in college ain't doing their job because we just beat them about 44-6. So someone might want to come start looking at our school, our guys in Palmetto, Manatee County. But our guys played together. I mean, Jalen Wester stepped up tonight big time on special teams, had tackles inside the 20. He had about 4 or 5 tackles for a loss. I mean, a young guy, sophomore, we all played together as a unit. We knew they couldn't beat us.
Awesome. Talk a little bit about your second unit linebacker here. I don't even know what we want to call him, second unit. What do we call it?
Our first two, our 2 deep on defense can start anywhere in the county.
There you go. There it is, folks. Our 2 deep can start anywhere in the county, and that's really true. Jalen, let's come in here and talk to you a little bit tonight. Got a little chippy out there, but you got some big-time action in. You made a lot of plays. Tell us about how the defense was able to shut down Largo here on the road.
First off, I just want to give honor to God, man, because, we putting in work, and, we just work as a team together, and, like, when you work as a team, you can't be beaten. That's all, just putting in work and just working as a team and doing great things.
Do you feel that there's a coming together? Again, as you come on the road, it's tough to win on the road. You got to stay together. But it looks like things were clicking on offense and defense. Tell us a little bit about, give us our fans a little bit of background into the camaraderie of the team.
Well, the coach driving to us that if we got their back, they're going to eventually start kicking in. So, we go at it in practice. See, like, with Maddie and Michael, we just go back and forth to make each other get better. And, by the time game time comes, we just click. Because, we go back and forth in practice like it's game time. So, that just drives us to do better and better. And that's on offense and defense.
Good. So you got best on best in practice, and that makes you guys better. Iron sharpening iron. Again, great job tonight. Great job tonight coming on the road, being a leader on the field and off the field. Great job, Coach. We appreciate you. We're going to kick it back up to the guys here, and we thank you again for visiting us as we win on the road 44-6.
Hey, thanks very much, Troy. Final statistics, Palmetto Tigers in that second half, 24 rushes for 177 yards, 9 for 21 passes for 177 yards, another 354 yards on that. Largo ended up with 33 rushes for 130 yards in the second half, 2 of 10 for passing for 33 yards, but an amazing night for the Palmetto Tigers, and we may have some replays for us here, but just an awesome night. Here's some of the highlights from tonight's game.
This is when it started, Brian. This is Kevion Williams with that first big play of the game on that first drive, picking up just huge yardage, getting down to about the 5-yard line. And then you've got Sajel Hickson doing something they said couldn't be done, and that was run up the middle against his team.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. And look at Xavier Williams stepping up with a run here, tucking it away for big first down on the play.
Defensively, we were just shutting them down all night, Tom.
Yeah, definitely. Offensively on this play here, Xavier airing it out. I don't believe he came down with that pass, but I mean he was close on a lot of those big long drives, so this yardage could have been even more. But he was sharp enough. He got the ball where it needed to be. We got some key first downs there, and Xavier seems to be settling in with this running game, getting his passing game going. He's doing a great job.
And here's Sajel putting him in the spin cycle, and 2 pirouettes down the sideline. Great run.
And look at that line. The line's doing a great job blocking. These skilled guys wouldn't have a chance if the line didn't hold that, and there was nobody in the quarterback's face all night. I don't think we had a sack all night.
No, we need to continue to talk about them because they have been playing excellent ball. We got a nice little face mask there. But here comes Jonte on the punt. Was it kickoff return or punt? I can't remember now.
I think it was a punt return.
Punt
return.
Yep.
Oh, man.
And when he gets free, you're not going to catch him. I don't care who you are. Defensively, there's Jalen in there. Offensively, here you go. It's just,
Bubba in there.
I mean, Bubba's in there. Here goes. I mean, Zay was just passing all over the place, and these guys were getting into the holes. They were getting past those linebackers in front of the corners, and
then
Sajel comes and just bulldogs his way through every tackle.
Incredible night.
And like you said, I mean, Zay had all night to throw, sitting back there composed. They didn't know what to look for.
Check this run.
Yeah, look at that. That's incredible.
Hey, that's a highlight reel right there.
That's the highlight run of the night right there, without a doubt.
That's some Sports Center stuff right there.
Yeah, I think we're queuing up these highlights to make it easier for the news crews to be able to pick up our highlights at the end of the game.
There's the big field goal too. I mean,
huge
Raphael,
kick.
Man, just on fire.
40-something yard field goal. And then Gavin comes in, and Siplin at the end of the game comes in, makes a nice pitch out there.
I think that's on Largo's highlight reel. That's the one positive play they had tonight.
I mean, the defense was forming all night, and here goes off the
Davion Cummings, right?
The kickoff return that should have happened but didn't, because there's Sajel. Sajel thought he had the ball.
That was great.
So great to see, and the energy on the sideline, phenomenal there as the Palmetto Tigers wrap things up. And then going late in the fourth quarter, they had a little bit of success here. But just overall, a great night for the Tigers. Guys, thank you for being here tonight. You did a great job. We really miss Ken Burton Jr. But for my broadcast partners, Rick Wells, Tom Porter, Troy Bellamy, and I, we thank the #1 fans in the world. Our TigerVision is presented by Conley Buick GMC. Fans for watching Palmetto Tiger football. Remember, Tiger fans, for great Suncoast, Florida high school football north of the Manatee River, it can only be found in one place in our community. It's the Palmetto Tigers, one town, one team. Go Tigers.